In a building that started 76 years ago as a polo ground, was taken over by Gene Autry from the 60s to 90s, and eventually revitalized by the Palm Springs Power in 2004. We welcome you from the corner of Sunrise Barristo into 4th of July for the Palm Springs Power taking on the PSCL All-Stars. I'm Stephen Buxton. To the left of me is Zach Durham, and we are honored and humbled to welcome you here for what is considered the biggest night in sports in the year for the Coachella Valley. Definitely the biggest night in baseball. The Palm Springs Power coming into the game 17-5, taking on the best that the PSCL has to offer.
Yeah, baseball and the 4th of July kind of just go together like peanut butter and jelly, and that's what we're here for today here at Palm Springs Stadium, celebrating some of the best baseball you're going to see in the Coachella Valley. The PSCL regular season has come to an end. We're going to recognize the All-Stars before the postseason begins tomorrow. Should be a good, entertaining, competitive ball game as they take on the Power.
This game's got history. This building's got history. These coaches have history with many of these players, a lot of returners on both sides. But most recently, it's been nothing but close games, close wins, and the Power have had the upper hand. This is the 7th time they have played this game. It started out when the PSCL came into town. They were created in 2018. They only missed 1 year because of COVID. But over time, they've been 1-5. The one win was a thriller in 2022, and most recently, a comeback win for the ages last season for the Power. And PSCL looking to knock them off for the second time. And again, it's the best they've got to offer. TJ Wilson, Jordan Medina, Jesus Vasquez, the first three leading it off. Isaac Herzog, Connor Meager, Derek Thompson, and Taylor Diaz, the next three. Carson Reed and Zach Lewis will be the lineup for the PSCL All-Stars, facing off against Trevor Eby. And Zach, we said it in the pregame show, Trevor Eby's given a ton of good starts for the Power. Most recently, it's been a lot of length, averaging 5 innings for a lot of his starts. And he'll give you an offering that's basically the kitchen sink. And it's a guy that the All-Stars haven't seen.
Yeah, he's going to, as you said, he's going to have a lot of break-in stuff, but he's able to go deep into ball games. In 3 of his 4 last outings, he's gone 5 innings, and he's able to put up at least 4 strikeouts. A lot of that is going to be off-speed pitches. He likes to use it to get ahead of hitters before running them up to put them away. But you mentioned it. It's going to be a different arm that these PSCL players are going to face. So we'll see if they jump on him early or if Eby can get in a groove and go 5 strong, as he normally does when he starts for the Palm Springs Power.
In a place that's hosted concerts, fights, horse races. They've had polo out here, and they've had several Hall of Famers play out here. Tonight, it's what Casey Dill called their WrestleMania night. It's essentially a cage match between the two, and it's going to be one of the best nights of baseball you'll have all year. We'll be right back with the first pitch. We'll have the national anthem and the official lineups coming up in just a couple of moments. Baseball on 4th of July, where else would you rather be? Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on this beautiful Friday night. And once again, I'm joined by Zach Durham. My name's Stephen Buxton, and we are just moments away from first pitch. A beautiful national anthem rendition done here in the ballpark. And for tonight, here's the umpires going with a four-man crew tonight. Behind the plate, John Kibble. At first base, John DeCesar. Andrew Bernius at second base, Tyler Moore at third base. And Zach, what do the PSCL need to do tonight to take down the Power? Again, it's not the exact same Power team that there was last year, even the year before. They're a team coming in 17-5, 9-5 in CPCL play, but they've got Division I talent up and down the roster, and there's a lot of returners. We've seen a couple new names come back in that we saw from last year, most notably Andrew Rivas, who's hitting fifth as the designated hitter tonight.
Yeah, he's coming in right in the middle of that lineup. A couple of familiar guys as well as Walton, Kirkland, the Kleinman brothers scattered throughout that Power lineup. But for the PSCL All-Stars, this is a group of guys who have everything but nothing to prove. I mean, they're going to go out there just here to play ball, showing Trevor Eby what they have to offer. They're going to be smart. They're well coached from Zach Novus. They're going to take their time in their approach and their at-bats. They're going to see pitches, and they're going to learn how to attack Trevor Eby as they get further and further into this ball game. And a lot of guys on that roster, obviously, representing the PSCL. It's going to be interesting to see who can be the one to step up for a big hit when needed.
And you mentioned that they're coached by Zach Novus, the coach for the Rush on the PSCL, John Tessier, Jacob Castro. Those two are also coaching for this PSCL squad. Casey Keller, a last-minute addition, coaching for the Bootleggers, Coyotes, and Chill, respectively. They're all here to pull up off the upside. They're all here to shock the crowd. And it's something that's been done, but not in a couple years. And right now, Trevor Eby coming into the game is the one to try and stop it in his seventh appearance, fourth start, and with an ERA under 2, one of the best the Power have to offer.
Yeah, and the strikeout stuff isn't as high. His strikeout rate isn't as high as you're going to see from other guys on this roster, but he uses his breaking ball really well to get those strikeouts in situations where he needs a K. If it's second and third with one out, he's able to get that strikeout to focus on the next hitter, and they just come very timely for him. So for PSCL, for their All-Stars, might take an inning or two to see that spin rate and the release point from Trevor Eby, as he's a big right-handed presence on that mound.
The righty stepping on the mound, taking his warm-up pitches, and it's a night that's bookmarked every single year. Casey Dill has told us countless times it's his favorite night of the year. It's many players' favorite night of the year. So for some of them, it's why they come back time in and time out. And we're just moments away from first pitch, and for the PSCL, again, their lineup, TJ Wilson leading it off, center fielder for the Rush. Jordan Medina from the Jacks playing left field. One of 6 Jacks in the roster tonight, the league leader for the PSCL. Jesus Vasquez, his teammate, playing up the middle at short. Isaac Herzog with the Bootleggers, John Tessier's squad. He'll be playing third base tonight. Connor Meager from the Coyotes, Jacob Castro's player in there at designated hitter. Derek Thompson for the A's, Taylor Diaz for the Blue Sox, Carson Reed as well for the Blue Sox. And then the Grizzly rounded out at the bottom with Zach Lewis. For the Power defensively, it's Cato Kleinman in left field, Miles Wallen in center, Keaton Nadeau in right, Casey Kleinman and Mark Kirkland at third and first, and Trevor Eby steps on the mound and fires a fastball on the outer edge that just misses for ball one. It's 1-0, and we are off at 5:59 Pacific Standard Time with the first pitch. Up the middle, Mike Gonzalez, Isaac Rodriguez, as that one's tapped on the plate foul. It's going to go back over towards the backstop. One of the Power bench players will take a jog and grab it himself. It was Grayson Gegg. 1-1 is the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Second pitch of the game thrown, and Eby ready for the third here. He's going to step off for a second. Behind the plate for the Power, a last-minute change. It's Blake Conrad. 1-1 pitch. Goes with the slider. It's high. It's ball 2. 2-1 count.
Yeah, TJ Wilson leading off for the PSCL All-Stars. He's going to be a quintessential leadoff hitter. He's already worked the count to 2-1, but he's got a 390 batting average and a 468 on base.
And he's part of a rush team that's been one of the best stories of this season, arguably the best story for the PSCL, as he grounds that one over towards Casey Kleinman at third. He fielded in foul territory, just made the throw out of practice at that point. The count's 2-2 now.
Yeah, you were talking about the rush. Started out 1-7 on the year. They finish 9-1 in their last 10, including a 4-game win streak, to finish with a 10-8 record all the way up to the 5 seed in the PSCL playoffs.
EB ready with the 2-2 pitch for TJ Wilson. Here it is, right on the corner, and we start the night with a strikeout looking. Pulled the string on it, a changeup on the outer half of the plate. He gets TJ Wilson looking, and we've got one out in the first. Now it's Jordan Medina.
Yeah, good spot for that changeup from EB. Outer half of the plate, Wilson wanted no part of it, but it sneaks back into the zone to kick off this ball game without number one.
First lefty of the game, Jordan Medina stepping in, playing left field today for coming from the Jacks, Sam DiMattio's squad. He fouls off the first pitch. It just skips past his manager down there, Zach Novus, coaching third base right now, and Jordan Medina's had an awesome season so far. 475 batting average, 562 on base, a 525 slug, and one of a myriad of players with a OPS above 1,000. Second pitch, chopper up the middle. That's going to get through and just get gloved by Isaac Rodriguez, but it's an infield single for Jordan Medina. First hit of the night, first base runner of the night for the All-Stars.
Yeah, heck of an effort from Rodriguez at second base. That ball looked like it was for sure going to reach shallow center field. Fully extended is Rodriguez to get a glove on it, but he was never going to get Jordan Medina as he's got the first hit of the ball game.
Jesus Vasquez, his teammate, steps up to the plate. Infielder for the Jacks playing shortstop today. With one out and a runner on first, it's Medina. First pitch to Vasquez, a curveball that caught the zone. It's 0-1. For Vasquez, another great season for the top team in the PSCL. The Lumberjacks take that number one seed, and Vasquez has been in the thick of it. 432 batting average in the summer. 0-1 pitch from EB is just high. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, and he's been in that 3 spot of that Lumberjacks lineup pretty much all summer long, so he's a guy that his coach can trust to put in that part of the lineup.
He's played solid defense for the Lumberjacks, too. We've seen him make some flashy plays up the middle, and he takes ball 2 down and away. It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, again, Evie's working with a lot of off speed early in the count. But now that Vasquez has a hitter's count, we'll see if he can get on something.
2-1 count to Jesus Vasquez, third batter of the day. Takes strike 2. Good fastball on the outer half of the plate.
There it is right there, a 2-1 fastball, perfectly placed on the outside from EB. If you're going to give him a heater over the plate with a 2-1 count, that's where you want to put it.
EB coming off a scoreless appearance against the Pirates, trying to work a scoreless inning here, and he throws ball 3 just above the zone. It's a full count now.
And we'll see how aggressive these All-Stars are on the bases. We'll see how often they're taking off and trying to disrupt the timing of the pitcher.
Payoff pitch from EB. It's floated up the middle. That's going to get right down into Isaac Rodriguez's glove. Looked like it might have a chance to get into the outfield, but just stayed up enough for the second baseman to settle under it and take the second out.
Yeah, good job from Vasquez to get the bat on the ball on a 3-2 pitch. Not enough exit velo on it to push it into shallow right center field as there's 2 away.
From a jack to a bootlegger, it's Isaac Herzog stepping up to the plate now, playing third base and hitting cleanup, and he's been an anchor to one of the best teams, one of the best offenses in the PSCL. First a check down to first with Jordan Medina. He's safe there, only a couple feet off the bag. Still waiting for the first pitch for Herzog. Herzog hit .381 on the season, had a couple of homers, 8 RBIs, and right here trying to extend this inning. He takes strike 1 on the inner half of the plate. 0-1 count, 2 outs, a runner on first. Top of the first inning here in PSCL here in Palm Springs with the PSCL All-Stars taking the first bats on 4th of July. 0-1 pitch, swings and just got a piece of it, fouled it off the batter's box though. It's 0-2 now.
Yeah, you mentioned that Hertzog has a couple of home runs on the season. One of them coming in his last game just 2 days ago against the Lumberjacks, as his solo home run was the only run of the game for the Bootleggers.
It's a matchup we might see in the PSCL playoffs. It could be a championship matchup. Again, the 1-3 seeds there matching up on the last day of the season. 0-2 pitch from Trevor Eby. Grounded up the middle. That's going to get into the glove of Gonzalez. Throw off balance in time to end the inning. One runner reaches. It's a single by Jordan Medina, but a couple ground balls get Trevor Eby out of the inning. No score going to the bottom of the first here in Palm Springs.
Family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom of the first inning, and Christian Henderson taking the mound for the PSCL All-Stars against Miles Walton, Mike Gonzalez, Mark Kirkland, the first three due up for the Power. And Zach, Christian Henderson for the Jacks, facing off against his skipper, Sam DiMatteo, the hitting coach for the Power, but he is the best the PSCL have to offer.
Yeah, 6 starts. He's got 4 wins, but most importantly, he's gone 25 innings and struck out 36. Excellent strikeout stuff, and he's a strike thrower. 305 pitches this summer. 208 of them were strikes. That's over 68%.
The PSCL Pitcher of the Year candidate fires in ball one just high to the Sacramento State product, Miles Walton, who at the beginning of the year started out hot. It's not to say he's cooled down at all, but he was runaway best player on the team for the first couple of weeks, and he watches a fastball blaze in there for strike one. It's 1-1 now.
Yeah, he's still leading the Power team in many categories, runs, hits, and up there in stolen bases as well.
1-1 pitch. He pokes that off the end of the bat. It's going to flow foul over the stadium into the parking lot. It's 1-2, and just like that, Christian Henderson working ahead of hitters, and that's the name of his game. Miles Walton coming into this game, a .479 average on the season, but it's not too often you see a guy with a 1.08 ERA on the mound, and that's Christian Henderson. Strike three on the corner. He got him looking. Miles Walton sprinting down to first on the drop third strike, but a pair of Blue Sox combined for that put out. Carson Reed to Taylor Diaz.
Yeah, picking up where Trevor Eby got things started as he gets a backwards K to kick off this ball game. Christian Henderson getting one of his own against one of the better hitters in this Power lineup.
Defensive alignment for the All-Stars. It's Jordan Medina, TJ Wilson, and Derek Thompson in the outfield from left to right. Isaac Herzog at third base. Taylor Diaz playing first. First pitch of the game that Mike Gonzalez sees as a called strike, a fastball in the outer half. Up the middle, it's Vasquez and Lewis, and then Henderson throwing to Carson Reed here. 0-1 pitch is high. The count is 1-1 now.
Yeah, and Henderson is quite the opposite of Trevor Eby, where he likes to use that fastball early in the count, really attack hitters and then put them away however he needs to.
1-1 pitch. Henderson goes to the slider, but it's out of the zone. It's 2-1 now. 1 out, no score in the bottom of the first. One base runner did reach against Trevor Eby. It was a single by Jordan Medina. Other than that, nothing so far. A foul tip that goes out of the stands. It's 2-2 now.
Yeah, Gonzalez has been swinging a nice bat recently. 3 for 4 the other night, including a couple of really nice plate appearances.
2-2 pitch to Gonzalez. Swung on and missed. He blew the fastball by him.
What a start for Christian Henderson. First 2 batters in this power lineup. Gets one looking and gets the other swinging. As he's in a groove to kick off this ball game.
Henderson gets his all-star debut. Started off about as well as you can, but the task doesn't get easier here. Mark Kirkland, one of the all-time greats in Palm Springs, steps up to the plate. First pitch, watches a slider inside of the zone. It's 0-1. 2 outs here, nobody on for the 4th-year power returner Mark Kirkland out of Redlands. 0-1 pitch, a lefty-righty matchup. Kirkland trying to extend this inning, and he watches 0-2 blaze right by him. A fastball there.
Yeah, great tunneling right there. Slider inside, followed by a fastball to get ahead 0-2.
0-2 pitch from Henderson. Watches it outside. Looked like he pulled the changeup there. It's 1-2 now.
If it was a waste pitch, it does its job as it completely changed the eye level of Mark Kirkland, as he can go anywhere to put him away here.
1-2 pitch to Kirkland. Henderson working out of the windup. Fires. Kirkland fouls that one off, and we've seen this, Zach. No matter what the stat line of the day is for Mark Kirkland, it seems like he works the hardest at-bats out of anyone in this power lineup.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows the zone. He's a very experienced hitter, and he knows exactly when he needs to take the bat off the shoulders.
1-2 pitch from Henderson to Kirkland. On the corner, got him looking, Christian Henderson. Welcome to the All-Star Game. Strikes out the side. Going to the 2nd inning, no score here in Palm Springs. We'll be right back after a break.
Somewhere down there is you. And just like us, you're an amazing Palm Springs vacation home. I bet we have a lot in common. Elevated, yet down to earth. A place to soak it up, sip it down, and make a splash. A place where staying in is even better than going out. Not just a place for visiting, a place for living in the moment. That moment when vacation dreams become reality. You're one of Palm Springs' best kept secrets. Let's show you off. Because you're so much more than just a home. You're a destination. You're an adventure. You're an idyllic escape. You're a happy place.
Need a garage door replaced or repaired? Then go to Overhead Door Company. We do it all. Repairs, service, new installs, retrofits, and more. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been committed to bringing you the best in residential garage doors, commercial doors, openers, and accessories. Whether you need a stylish new garage door for your home, a more energy-efficient commercial door for your business, or a better integrated door system for your industrial application, remember, if you don't see the red ribbon logo, you are not getting the genuine, the original Overhead Door products and service you need. Look for the red ribbon for products that are reliable and safe. Our service technicians are trained, knowledgeable, and background checked. Our continued success is due to our exceptional employees. Call 760-772-3667. Overhead Door Company. We sell the best and service the rest.
Look out to the leader.
Top of the 2nd inning here in Palm Springs. Zach Durham here alongside myself, Stephen Buxton, Connor Meager, Derek Thompson, Taylor Diaz, the first 3 due up against Trevor Eby in his 2nd inning of work, who fires in a curveball in the first pitch and gets a swinging strike there. It's 0-1. Zach Christian Henderson showed that he is here and he belongs in this All-Star game. Strikes out the side against some of the best the power has to offer. 0-1 pitch. Back-to-back curveballs there. It's 0-2 against the Concordia, Texas product.
Yeah, you mentioned that he's a front runner for the PSCL Pitcher of the Year. He might have just solidified himself that award right there with a performance like that in the All-Star game against a hot power lineup.
0-2 pitch from Eby. Down the left side, that's going to go foul. Cato Kleinman picks it up in foul territory again and just tosses it back to his pitcher. Still 0-2, and again, he's likely the PSCL Pitcher of the Year. There's a couple guys who are obviously on this roster who will be vying for that as well, along with Lamont Buford, Kobe Ladd, and several other names. Cipriano Rivera had a really hot end of the season. But right now, the focus is on these PSCL batters here for Trevor Eby in his second inning of work. He struck out one in the first inning and allowed a hit, but worked around that. Poked up the middle. Isaac Rodriguez ranges over to his right, and that gets under his glove and pops up, and that's going to be an error.
Yeah, the ball took a bad hop right before Rodriguez was able to get a glove on it as Meager kicks off this second inning by reaching on base.
First error of the night as Derek Thompson comes up to the plate, and we've seen Derek Thompson in the thick of a handful of comebacks for this A's team, managed by Jimmy Johnson. They're the number 2 seed here in the PSCL. And this man just knows how to hit. Second year in Palm Springs, second All-Star appearance. He's got Connor Meager on first, and he fouls off the first pitch.
Yeah, he's been sitting at the top of the A's lineup pretty much all summer long. He sets the tone for Jimmy Johnson's squad, hitting .311 with a .466 on base.
Thompson's been that typical leadoff batter for Jimmy Johnson's squad 2 years running, and he's got an 0-1 count with a runner on first. Nobody out in the second inning, and he watches ball one high.
And he is among the league leaders in RBIs, too, which is rare for a leadoff hitter. He's got 14 runs driven in this season. That's tied with his teammate Brady McClin in the top 5 of the PSCL for RBIs.
A big reason for that is that A's team had 6 or 7 or even 8 guys that you can debate as all-star candidates, and 2-1 count as the pitch goes high out of the zone. Missed with a curveball there, Eby did.
Yeah, the A's just 2 games behind the Jacks throughout the regular season. They are the 2 seed.
2-1 pitch to Thompson. In on the zone, it's 2-2. And Zach, the thing is with Thompson, once he gets on bases, there's no stopping him. 6 stolen bases this season. He played outstanding defense in the outfield, but the guy just runs the bases well. He takes the extra 90 feet every time he can. 2-2 pitch, pokes it foul.
A very protective hack at the plate for Thompson Jr. Knows he's not going to do a whole lot with that pitch, slider low and away, but gets a piece of it, and he's going to see another pitch from Trevor Eby.
Eby working a couple long at-bats here. He's allowed Meager to reach on an error by Isaac Rodriguez, a familiar duo up the middle. Him and Mike Gonzalez were basically the default duo for College of the Desert this season. 2-2 pitch. Chopper down the left side. That's going to stay foul. Once again, Casey Kleinman picks that up in foul territory. After Derek Thompson, Taylor Diaz due up, then Carson Reed if barring a double play. Zach Lewis if one of them can reach as well. 2-2 pitch. No outs here in the second inning. No score, just 1 hit on the board. Again, the power went down. Struck out the side by Christian Henderson. 2-2 pitch by Eby. Just high. The counts ran full now.
Yeah, and this is what Thompson Jr. has been doing all year long. Mentioned that he's the leadoff hitter for the A's. He's asked to see a lot of pitches and work an at-bat as long as he can, and that's what he's doing here.
He's a guy who Jimmy Johnson trusts. With the payoff pitch goes the other way, and Mark Kirkland leaps up to snag that out of the air and double him up. He steps on first base and takes down Connor Meager as the leadoff runner.
Wow, the big man got up. I would like to see exactly how high he got on that, leaping up and probably saving an extra base hit. As you said, that Thompson Jr. runs well, and that takes a guy off the base and adds another out. There's 2 away now.
The 2-time CPCL champion Mark Kirkland Robs a hit, takes down an extra runner with him, and there's 2 outs now and nobody on for Taylor Diaz. First pitch by Eby is a strike. It's 0-1. Diaz, one of a couple of Blue Sox players, one of 3 of them to make this roster, one of 2 in the starting lineup. On the season, a .361 batting average, a OPS above 1,000, and he watches strike 2, a blazing fastball on the outer half of the plate.
Yeah, how different is the trajectory of this inning after that double play?
All-Stars thought they could strike here, but right now they're down 0-2 with 2 outs here, and a curveball slipped out of the hands of Eby. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, try to go front door with that breaking ball. It fooled Diaz as he had no offering on that pitch, but unable to squeeze it is Blake Conrad. Nice idea to go inside with a breaking ball, though.
1-2 pitch. He's seen a couple of fastballs. He saw a curveball that slipped out of the hand. What will Eby go to here? 1-2, pulls out the hammer again and strikes him out looking. Eby puts up another 0, gets his second K of the day, and it's no score here going in the bottom of the second. All-Star game on July 4th here in Palm Springs. We're glad to have you.
Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
No score here in the bottom of the second inning. Blake Conrad, Andrew Rivas, Cato Kleinman, the middle 3 of the power lineup, due up against Christian Henderson going out for his second inning of work, and he has earned it. Struck out the side in the first inning and got Mark Kirkland looking with a perfect fastball on the black. First pitch to Blake Conrad, who started to heat up recently, is a called strike 1 on the inside half of the plate. 0-1, nobody out. After Cato Kleinman, it'll be Casey Kleinman, Isaac Rodriguez, Keaton Nadeau round out the bottom of the lineup, and ball 1 is dropped by Carson Reed behind the plate. It's 1-1 now. Conrad out of St. Mary's, one of the guys who got here a little bit later than everyone else, but he started to really pull his weight offensively. We mentioned that over the first couple of games for him, he had been hitting a lot of hard hit balls, but they had been right at fielders as he takes a massive cut there, and a swing and a miss counts even at 2. But over the last couple of games, he's been finding the field. Against the Grizzly, he had a couple hits, and against the Colton Nighthawks, he had a couple of hits, and he goes the other way with that one. 2-2 pitch is skied in there over to Derek Thompson in right field, and that's the first out. But he had finally found some outfield grass. The hard hit numbers had finally started to even themselves up.
Yeah, he's been putting the ball in play and hitting it hard. As you mentioned, sometimes it's just right at guys. You look at the stats, that 422 on base percentage, that's right where you want that to be. But the batting average is not quite where Conrad would want it, but sometimes you hit the ball right at somebody. Nothing you can do about that.
I know I'm a couple days late, but welcome home to our returner, Andrew Rivas. He's been here for the last couple of days. He takes strike one with the power last season. 11 games played. He hit 424, a 568 on base, a 606 slug. Watch his ball one down in the zone. So far this season, he's played in just one game. It was the game against the San Diego United on Wednesday. Had one at bat, had one walk, and a 500 on base percentage. Looking for his first hit of this halfway through CPCL season, and what better time to do it against a massive crowd and on an extremely fun night against the All-Stars. 1-1 pitch from Henderson. Popped up, that's coming back at us, coming towards the press box, and that's going to go over it into the parking lot. 1-2 now to Rivas. Andrew Rivas out of UC Riverside, born in Newbury Park, California. Had his senior year at UCR. Hit 268 this season. 254 career hitter for the Anteaters.
Scored 25 runs his senior year. That's almost half of his entire career at UCR.
1-2 pitch from Christian Henderson. Liner down the right side. That's going to get under the glove of Lewis into the outfield. The first hit of the night for the Power. And first hit of the season for Andrew Rivas.
Yeah, nice swing. Got the bat on the ball, and as it skips through the infield into right field, the Power have their first hit of the afternoon.
And you wonder how Zach Novus is going to manage this lineup. Again, he's in line to really run away with the Manager of the Year award as he turned that Rush team around in miraculous fashion. First pitch to Cato Kleinman is up and in. It's ball one. But with a runner on now, how long do you let Christian Henderson go? You've got a plethora of quality arms in that bullpen. We've seen Lamont Buford already warming up, and a 1-0 count from Henderson. He fires it in there. It's fouled off by Cato Kleinman.
Yeah, we're not sure how long the leash is going to be for Christian Henderson, but I'm sure this is what Zach Novus and the other members of the coaching staff are looking for out of him. With a guy on first with one out, can he get himself out of this situation?
1-1. Henderson's got one out. He's got a runner on first in Andrew Rivas, and the third pitch of that bat to Cato Kleinman, who's heated up in the latter half of this season. He fouls it off. That's going to go over towards the concession stand. It's 1-2 now with one out and no score here in this game in the bottom of the second inning. And back to Zach Novus. The Rush started off 0-7 this season. There was talks coming into the year that they might be the dark horse to win the PSCL, but they sputtered to an 0-7 start. They couldn't finish off games. They were last in almost every category. But since then, 10-1 to finish the season as the number 5 seed. 1-2 pitch, pokes that foul the other way. Coming in on it, Isaac Herzog. He'll take it in foul territory. Still a 1-2 count.
Yeah, that one dribbling down the third base line, Herzog on top of it. By the time he fielded that, just over on the foul side of the line, but good job on him defensively to jump on that dribbler.
1-2 pitch. Still to Cato Kleinman. Casey Kleinman awaiting on deck. The battery of VCU Rams that's been so productive for the Power this season. 1-2 goes the other way. Liner to Herzog. He'll catch it. Throw down to second. Now down to first, trying to double him up, and they throw it away. They got the out at second in Rivas, but Cato Kleinman's going to reach safely on an E4.
Yeah, good job from Herzog to get that throw into second for the lead runner, but the all-star middle infield unable to turn two. Doesn't hurt them too much as the runner is not able to take the extra 90 feet. Ball stayed in play, but could have ended the inning, and now Casey gets to swing it here in the second.
So far, the opponents have traded errors in this second inning. There's 2 outs and a runner on first. Cato Kleinman keeps the inning alive for his twin brother, Casey. First pitch, a ball, and a throw back down to Cato at first. Actually, that was called a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1, 2 outs. Christian Henderson looking to put up a couple zeros here. Pitch to Kleinman, up the middle. That's going to land in the outfield for a hit. Kleinman's on first and second with 2 outs.
Great swing from Casey Kleinman, right back up the middle. Not trying to do too much with that approach, and he's on first. His brother's on second, and Isaac Rodriguez has a chance to drive in a run.
Isaac Rodriguez, they batter today. College of the Desert product, and again, him and Mike Gonzalez, it's a lineup that it's similar to the opening day lineup. We saw that familiarity that Casey Dill wanted to really stress, and he's got those 2 up the middle. They're really solid defensively. Isaac Rodriguez has had a solid season with the bat and trying to drive in a run here. He takes strike 1 from Christian Henderson, a good curveball.
He went off speed, or breaking ball, I should say, to get ahead of the count. Let's see if he goes with it again.
5 hits on this season for Rodriguez and some split playing time as he swings a strike 2, and it's 0-2 now. 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Pair of runners on. Cato Kleinman on second. Casey Kleinman on first. And Isaac Rodriguez trying to drive them in here and give the Power the first lead of the game. 0-2 pitch. Chopper, that's going to stay foul.
Another breaking ball. That's 3 in a row to Rodriguez. That one on the inner half. That's why he was kind of fooled and able to get a late swing off to foul it off and stay alive. But excellent work being done from Henderson on the mound.
Keaton Nadeau on deck, the 9-batter. They'll try and turn it over to Miles Walton, the number 1 hitter in this Power lineup. 0-2 count still. Isaac Rodriguez at the plate. Kleinman's at second and first. He's got 2 outs here, and he's going to take time.
Yeah, you could see Henderson trying to agree on a sign from Carson Reed back there. Interesting to see how the pitching and catching will go for the All-Stars, as these guys know each other but haven't really played with each other until today.
0-2 pitch. Got him with the slider out of the zone. 4th K of the day for Christian Henderson. Not sure whether or not they're going to let him go out for a third, but if that's his day today, take a bow, Christian Henderson. 2 scoreless here in the PSCL.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Hey, Coachella Valley, Patrick Summers here, General Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Spring is here and summer is right behind it. Don't get caught with a broken air conditioning system. Call us now. Let us get a tune-up done. We're offering a special for $79. It comes with a seasonal guarantee. Call our team today. Get yourself scheduled before the heat hits. Be proactive, not reactive. Go ahead and book at callthegeneral.com or call our offices and we'll get you taken care of.
Top of the 3rd inning here in Palm Springs. Bottom of the lineup due up for the PSCL All-Stars. It's Carson Reed, Zach Lewis. Then they'll turn it back over to TJ Wilson at the top of the lineup, facing off against Trevor Eby in his 3rd inning of work. No score, a couple of hits for the Power, but Christian Henderson able to strand him there. Casey and Cato Kleinman reached first and second, but he struck out the last batter of the inning. Chopper down the left side, fielded by Mike Gonzalez. Long throw to first, gets him. First pitch retires Carson Reed, and now it's Zach Lewis stepping up to the plate.
Nice stretch over there at first from Mark Kirkland, very experienced player over there, knowing when to reach out and buy himself some time as Carson Reed was flying on a hard 90, but he goes down for the first out.
Zach Lewis coming up to the plate, the 9-hitter today, one of 3 players with the Grizzly. He's got a 1 out and nobody on as he takes a first pitch. Beautiful curveball by Trevor Eby. On the season, 400 batting average, 523 on base, 686 slug, and OPS approaching 1,300. 0-1 pitch from Eby. Back-to-back curveballs, and that one's driven down the line into the extra stands down the left field line. It's a foul ball and strike 2.
Yeah, with that kind of swing and that kind of launch of the ball off the bat, you'll have to wonder if he was sitting on that breaking ball there, as he just turned on it, just couldn't keep it in fair territory.
0-2 pitch from Eby. Fastball just below the zone. He turned up the heat, but couldn't find his spot. The count's 1-2 now.
Yeah, working Zach Lewis backwards is Trevor Eby. A couple of breaking balls and tried to dart a fastball at the knees, just missing his spot. But if you're going to throw an 0-2 fastball after a couple of breaking balls, that's where you want to put it, below the knees.
A lot of action going on in the PSCL bullpen right now as the 1-2 pitch runs in. And it looks like he lost a fastball there. It hits Zach Lewis. Third base runner of the day for the PSCL All-Stars reaches base. 1 out, and it's TJ Wilson getting his second hacks at it. Wilson 0-1, struck out to lead off the game. He's got a runner on first. Now it's Zach Lewis who can absolutely fly. Wilson lines that up the middle. That's going to get into center field for a hit. Back-to-back runners reach. It's Lewis on second, Wilson on first. And the second hit of the day for the All-Stars has something cooking up for them. Jordan Medina stepping up.
Yeah, Medina had the other hit back in the first, so good spot in the lineup to have a couple of guys on with 1 away in a scoreless ball game. What a swing from TJ Wilson, though. Line drive right back up the middle. Very sound piece of contact.
Jordan Medina, 11 RBIs on the season, looking for a 12th right here. First pitch swinging, fouls it the other way. It's 0-1. 1-for-1 today. Medina had a single in the first, but again was stranded after Eby retired Vasquez and Herzog. Crowd still filing in tonight. We'll see it throughout the night until the fireworks right after the game. 0-1 pitch from Eby. He looks back at second, now to the plate, fires it in, and it's a slider in the dirt. 1-1 now.
Yeah, good crowd here on the 4th of July. You mentioned that they're still trickling in, but they're here for some good action in this baseball game.
1-1 pitch. Eby working out of the stretch. Fires a fastball that just clips the top of the zone. It's 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 runners on. Eby looking for a ground ball here to put up another 0. No score in the top of the 3rd inning. All-Stars trying to crack through. 1-2 pitch. Eby looking down to Medina. Fires in and gets the swing and miss there. Buried a changeup, and he got him fishing.
Yeah, great spot for that changeup. Low and away. Got Medina to chase after he singled off of Eby back in the first. So Eby gets the last laugh as he strikes out his 3rd batter of the day.
Next batter is Jesus Vasquez, trying to finish off the job of his teammate Jordan Medina, trying to drive in these runners. He's got the Grizzlies' Zach Lewis on second base. First pitch lines that. That's going to get into the outfield for a hit. Novus is waving around Lewis. The throw to the plate not going to happen. It's 1-0 All-Stars.
Wow. Great piece of 2-out hitting. Not a huge approach from Vasquez, just swinging at the first pitch and lining it into shallow center field. Great base running from Wilson to go first to third, as the All-Stars aren't done yet, but they have the lead.
Three things have been a staple here in Palm Springs over the last decade or so. Casey Dill doing almost nothing but winning with the power. 4th of July being one of the best games of the season, and the PSCL showing nothing but fight against the power as they take a 1-0 lead in the top of the 3rd inning. Isaac Herzog takes a called strike one on the outer half of the plate. Oh, 0-1, runners on the corners. Wilson at third. He's got Vasquez on first, and that pitch gets by Conrad. Here comes Wilson, 2-0 PSCL.
Now even more heads-up base running from Wilson, and that's why you go first to third on a hit like that off the bat of Vasquez. It allows you to score off of a pass ball, and now that Vasquez is at second, he's in scoring position.
Power going to have to come from behind once again. They walked out off in 2023. In 2024, the PSCL took an early lead into the 7th inning. They pulled it off both times, and right there, Herzog goes up the middle for another hit. It's 3-0 PSCL. They wave around Vasquez from second. RBI single, Isaac Herzog.
4 hits on the day for the PSCL All-Stars here in the 3rd inning. And a lot of them just going right back up the middle, not trying to do a whole lot with their approach. Very short swing to the ball, and it's landing in the outfield, and 3 runs have scored.
How quickly this game can change. Trevor Eby started off, allowed a single in the 1st inning, but worked a clean inning. In the 2nd, Mark Kirkland robbed Derek Thompson of extra bases, going up for it and doubling up Connor Meager at first. But now the PSCL breaks through with 3 in the top of the 3rd inning. Still 2 outs, and the aforementioned Meager swings and fouls off the first pitch. It's 0-1. 0-1 to Meager, the 7th hitter of this inning for the All-Stars. 2 outs, a runner on first. It's Isaac Herzog. 0-1 pitch from Eby. That one's poked foul the other way. It's going to go over towards the right field batting cages. 0-2 is the count. Eby 1 strike away from getting out of this.
Yeah, even though Meager was late on that swing, he still got a good piece of the ball. So with this 0-2 pitch from Trevor Eby, needs to be off the plate or right through him.
Eby working quickly. Poke the other way. That's going to land into the outfield and go down the line for a hit. Meager going around first. He's going to stay there. Going from first to third is Herzog. Runners on the corners now for Derek Thompson.
Wow, basically no exit velo off of that swing from Meager, but just landing right on that chalk down there, or paint, I should say, in very shallow right field. Kirkland couldn't get there. And once again, a runner goes first to third as there's runners on the corners with 2 away.
Meager reaches way out for that fastball and just barely pokes it into right field, but it all counts the same. 3rd straight single, 4th of the inning for the All-Stars. It's 3-0 for Derek Thompson, who takes a fastball in on the hands.
And now Unhoro warming up for the Power and their bullpen. Expect to see the lefty soon in this ball game.
Want to know the count for Derek Thompson, who worked a 9-pitch at-bat in the 2nd inning. He watches ball 2 up and in. 2-0 count. He's got Herzog at third. He's got Meager at first, and a 3-0 lead for the All-Stars. Top of the 3rd inning. Fireworks already starting here in Palm Springs. 2-0 count. Eby needs some strikes here. It's 3-0. He's a pitch away from walking the bases loaded.
Yeah, and Reed Santos is going to go out and talk with him to remind Eby that just needs an out. Doesn't have to be a strikeout. Doesn't have to be the prettiest out at all. Just needs to get that one, as 3 consecutive batters have reached base safely after he was able to strike out Medina for the 2nd out. Since then, the All-Stars have just been going station to station.
Coach for the Blue Sox in the morning. Day job is coaching for College of the Desert during that season, and pitching coach for the Power tonight, Reed Santos, who's spent a couple decades in and around professional baseball, reached as high as AAA with the Blue Jays. Goes and talks to his right-handed arm, Trevor Eby, and gets an answer he likes there. 3-0 count with Derek Thompson at the plate, 2 outs and runners on the corners. PSCL have jumped all over the power here in the 3rd inning. Again, they've got that big lefty in the bullpen, Naun Haro warming up, but Eby trying to finish it off here, and it's ball 4 upstairs. Bases are loaded for Taylor Diaz. Taylor's Diaz up. It's Isaac Herzog at 3rd, Connor Meager at 2nd, Derek Thompson at 1st for Diaz, the backstop today.
And this is a guy for the All-Stars that you want at the plate with the bases loaded, a .361 batting average and a .556 slug, so he can certainly put it in the gap.
9 RBIs on the season for Diaz, staring 10, 11, and 12 down the barrel, and stares down a fastball there for strike 1. 3-0 ball game, top of the 3rd inning. All the scoring here. Bases loaded. Trevor Eby fires in ball 1. The count's even at 1. 9th batter of the inning for the All-Stars, Taylor Diaz with the Blue Sox. Trying to turn it over to his teammate Carson Reed, who started off this inning. 1-1 pitch. Eby set and firing out of the stretch. Gets a cutter there that just nicks the zone. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, action in both bullpens as Jake Williams representing the Bombers and Kobe Ladd of the Blue Sox getting loose down there.
We've also seen Lamont Buford warm for the first couple innings. 1-2 count from Eby. Threw in the curveball, does not get the call, just low there. It's 2-2 now. The crowd didn't like it, Eby didn't like it, but Taylor Diaz will take it.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good breaking ball over the plate. Doesn't get the call from John Kibble, so Eby's got to throw another one.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eby trying to limit the damage here. Called strike 3 on the corner. Eby keeps it at 3. 3-0 ball game going to the bottom of the 3rd. Power got to get to work. They're working from behind here in Palm Springs.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine-in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Three to nothing ball game here in Palm Springs. Enter Sandman playing over the speakers, welcoming in another all-star arm. Lamont Buford taking over after Christian Henderson fired 2 innings of dazzling shutout ball against the Power. Lamont Buford playing for the Chill this season has done just about everything for them. He's thrown an immaculate inning. He's made the all-star team, obviously. He's been one of their best hitters, but right now, he's the arm that the All-Stars are going to here in the 3rd inning. They'll face off against Keaton Nadeau, Miles Walton, and Mike Gonzalez. here in Palm Springs with a 3-0 lead. Again, welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube and on 1270 AM Fox Sports. First pitch to Keaton Nato is a ball outside. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and Buford's a guy who has gone 5 innings in 3 of his 4 starts this summer. He's got 23 strikeouts in 18 innings pitched.
Second pitch outside. It's 2-0, and again, Buford has anchored this chill roster. He'll be in. We'll see who else follows him. He fires in a fastball on the corner. That's strike 1. 2-1 count. But what an inning it was for the All-Stars. Got a first out with Carson Reed, and that one's on the corner again. It's 2-2. Then Zach Lewis got hit by a pitch, and everything broke through from there. 2-2 pitch. Outside, the count is full now.
Yeah, sometimes that's all it takes is a hit by pitch or a walk to disrupt the momentum that you've been building upon on the mound. And the All-Stars were able to sniff out that lack of command.
Full count in the first batter he faces. Lamont Buford throws in a curveball that gets Nato swinging. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for the Chill product. Now it's Miles Walton, the leadoff batter. But again, after Zach Lewis got hit, 6 of the next 7 batters reached, 3 scored, and it's 3-0 PSCL All-Stars on top of the Power here in the bottom of the third. 1 out, and Miles Walton watches ball 1.
Yeah, Walton struck out looking in his last plate appearance. He's going to try to change that here in the third, facing a lefty this time.
1-0 pitch from Buford is in the dirt. It's 2-0 now.
Yeah, 5 hits for the Chill compared to the 2 for the Power. Obviously, they've had 1 extra inning of at-bats thus far, but Power, all season long, they've been able to respond with runs of their own. And
back-to-back balls to Miles Walton out of the zone. A 4-pitch walk. First base runner of the day against Buford. Miles Walton on for his first time, and now it's Mike Gonzalez. Gonzalez was a PSCL All-Star last season, a PSCL champion with Reed Santos' Blue Sox. The reigning champions have some work to do. Didn't have the regular season they exactly expected, but again, they do make the playoffs, and it just matters when you get hot. Gonzalez goes the other way, fielded in under the glove of Zach Lewis. That gets into the outfield. Walton's going first to third. He gets the stop sign from Dill at third, and runners on the corners with 1 out now for Mark Kirkland.
yeah, it looked like it was going to be a double play. Instead, it's into the outfield and allows the Power to have runners on the corners with 1 away. As I mentioned, that Power have come back and scored runs in the same inning that their opposing team has done on numerous occasions this season. They're trying to do the same here in the third, down by 3.
And no spot they'd rather be. They've got a guy who could tie it with 1 swing here. Mark Kirkland comes up to the plate for the second time today, and watch it, strike 1 in on the zone. It's 0-1, 1 out. He's got runners on the corners. Gonzalez at first, Walton at third. And anything into the outfield will score Walton. Chopper goes the other way into the outfield. Power on the board. It's 3-1. RBI single, Mark Kirkland.
Yeah, not the most conventional RBI single, as it's just a little Taylor off the end of the bat through the 5-6 hole into left field, but it drives in the first run of the ball game for the Power. They've got the tying runs on first and second, and Blake Conrad, who's been starting to swing the bat well, is at the plate now, trying to tie this ball game.
Blake Conrad coming up to the plate. He's got runners on first and second. Gonzalez on second. Kirkland at first. And 1 out with a 2-run deficit. First pitch down in the zone, ball 1. Conrad's been solid with the glove so far this season. Again, he hasn't exactly done what he wanted to with the bat, but we've seen him have all the hard hit ball data. He just needs to get the results, and he takes ball 2 upstairs.
Yeah, he's got a 2-0 hitters count to do so here. Looked like the runners, or excuse me, the corner infield looked like they were in. They're backing up now, but a 2-0 count is a great spot to be in if you're trying to bump that batting average up.
Played at Edmonds Community College, plays at St. Mary's right now. Chopper down the third base line, fielded by Herzog. He'll step on third, throw down to first, and end the inning there. Solid double play by the Bootleggers, hot corner. He turns 2 there and puts down the power, but they score 1. It's 3-1 going into the 4th. We'll be right back after a break on YouTube and 1270 AM Fox Sports.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99, including one mouth-watering entree, a refreshing beverage, a $10 power card, and a whole lot of fun, which means you enjoy a delicious meal for under $10. Oh, look, that's 5 good things. Good things come in threes at Dave & Buster's with the Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99. Buy online or in-store today.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Top of the 4th inning, and here's where it gets fun. A whole new lineup out there for the PSCL All-Stars. We'll lead it off with Aaron Newcomb from the Colonials. Jonas Ballesteros from the Haymakers will follow him up. Then Kanan Risley, the potent leadoff man for the Bombers, will turn over the lineup. After him, Derek Ball, Troy Johnson, Peyton Ford, Jeffrey Fontenot, and Braden Braga. Then Dylan Garcia round out that lineup that'll be playing for the next 3 innings. And a new arm on the mound. Enter in another local product, Naun Haro.
Yeah, Naun Haro, lefty arm for the Power. Excellent strikeout stuff. He's got a really good fastball and a wicked slider that just goes from one side of the plate to the other. Expect a lot of hard throwing from him. 14 innings pitched. He struck out 23, only allowed 2 earned runs. One of the better arms for the Power coming from the left side.
6'2", 205 pounds from the left side out of Kansas. In the transfer portal, though, a local product. Grew up in La Quinta, went to Palm Desert High School under Daryl Salazar's reign, and he'll step on the rubber for Aaron Newcomb, the first of the new batters for the PSCL. First pitch goes to the fastball, and it's in on the hands, fouled off, strike 1. And we've seen at times, Naun Haro's a legitimate power for Division I arm. He'll find a home as soon as he can, but he's had outings where he just bullies batters. 0-1 is the count against Aaron Newcomb. Second pitch by Haro, and he goes high with the fastball. It's 0-2.
Yeah, there's that fastball just blowing it right by Newcomb. Now he's ahead 0-2. This is where we see that slider that just likes to dive in and out of the strike zone.
Nobody on, nobody out. Lefty-righty matchup here. Naun Haro gets his sign and fires. Finds the slider there, gets a swing and a miss. 1-2-3, down goes Newcomb.
Wow, wasting no time coming in and retiring his first hitter. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Newcomb. You were the first out of the 4th inning.
3 pitches to Aaron Newcomb, retire him. And it should be Ballesteros coming up, but it looks like it's going to be Kanan Risley instead, so he'll take his at-bat now. Not exactly sure if Ballesteros is just going to flip spots, but right now it's Kanan Risley who watches a slider up and in. That's ball one. Kanan Risley with the Bombers certainly earned his spot on this all-star team. Watches ball two, a fastball high in the zone. One of four Bombers all-stars, or one of five, along with Horseman, Jeremiah Dandridge, Jake Williams, and Xander Martinez. 2-0 count to Risley. Goes with the devilish slider there that catches the zone. It's 2-1.
Yeah, if you're Risley coming into this game, first plate appearance, you're got a 2-0 count. You're thinking you're going to get a fastball, and then now Unharo just spins in that nasty slider to get on the board.
2-1 pitch. Risley fights it off. Counts even at 2 now. On the season, Risley, 360 batting average, 543 on base, a 400 slug, and OPS approaching 1,000. 9 hits on the season. Couple of RBIs, but he's really just anchored the middle of that Bombers lineup. Goes the other way, sends it into right field, but that'll hang up for Keaton Nato. First two batters against Naun Haro are 2 outs. Now Derek Ball turns over the lineup. The Rush All-Star, he'll be the DH today. Then it'll be Troy Johnson. First pitch to Ball, he sees a strike one. Ball playing with his skipper, Zach Novus. Two-time PSCL player. Takes ball one outside. It's 1-1. .480 batting average this season, an OPS approaching 1,300, 5 RBIs for the Rush. And again, one of many reasons this team has completely turned its season around and is one of the scariest ones that anyone can face in the playoffs starting tomorrow. 2-1 count to Derek Ball. 2 outs. Now Unharo set on the mound. It's a 3-1 game in the top of the fourth. Haro fires, goes with the slider, ties him up there. It's 2-2. The wicked left to right movement on that slider has been an absolute weapon for Haro. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now Unharo trying to go 1-2-3 this inning. Blew the fastball by him. Another strikeout to bookend the inning for Haro. Puts up the 0, the power needed, going to the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-1.
There's something winning in the agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Andrew Rivas leading it off against another new PSCL arm. Jake Williams from the Bombers toes the slab, and he'll take on Andrew Rivas, Cato Kleinman, Casey Kleinman. The first three due up in a 3-1 game here in Palm Springs. All-Stars on top of the power. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch, a fastball just above the zone. Ball one against Rivas. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham here, and this game has not disappointed so far. Rivas on the day had a single in the second inning. Here he is in his second at-bat, and he's ahead 2-0.
Yeah, Jake Williams on the mound for the PSCL All-Stars. He's kind of been the ace for his staff. He's thrown a complete game and gone 5 innings on 3 different occasions.
He gets back in the count. It's 2-1 after he throws in a breaking ball that catches the outer half of the plate. 2-1 on Rivas, and as we mentioned, there's a full new lineup out there for the PSCL All-Stars. Troy Johnson in left, Kanan Risley in center, Jeffrey Fontenot in right. Ball 3 outside. It's 3-1 now to Andrew Rivas. In the infield up the middle, Peyton Ford and Jonas Ballesteros. On the corners, Aaron Newcomb and Braden Braga. Behind the plate, Dylan Garcia. On the mound again, Williams, and a half-hearted swing there on a pitch that absolutely fooled Rivas. Buried the curveball, and he got him there. It's 3-2 now.
Yeah, that's how you completely fool a hitter with a 3-1 breaking ball that hasn't pulled out the sword.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Swing and a miss for Rivas, and a first K of the day for Jake Williams.
Way to work back into the at-bat, down 3-1, throws a couple of breaking balls that fools Rivas. He goes down swinging.
Down goes Rivas. Up comes Cato Kleinman, who had the power thinking they had something going in the second inning. Cato Kleinman reached on an error, reached second, but they struck out Isaac Rodriguez. Kleinman lays down a beautiful bunt down the left side, and sprinting down first, fielded by Jake Williams, and the throw is not in time to get him. Some small ball from Cato gets him on first for his brother Casey.
Yeah, that was a perfect bunt for Cato. Just deadens that ball and puts it on the third base side. Catcher Garcia and pitcher Williams converging on it together, but it's Williams who is late on the throw to first. Infield single for Cato Kleinman.
The Twins for the power have 3 of the 4 hits on the night. Casey Kleinman stepping up to the plate. Watches ball 1 outside. 2 of the 4 hits. But they've reached 3 times combined. Casey Kleinman singled in the first inning, went the other way. And him and Cato were stranded on first and second. 1-0 count. Casey goes up the middle. That's going to get over the infield into center field to Risley. 2 for 2 on the day. Casey Kleinman, and once again, runners on first and second, Casey and Cato.
Well, you pretty much spoke that into existence, Stephen, as the Kleinman brothers now have 3 hits for the power. 2 for Casey, 1 for Cato. Both of them on the bases for Isaac Rodriguez, as they're trying to respond to what the All-Stars threw at them in the top of the third.
1 out, 2 runners on. Isaac Rodriguez watches a curveball down in the zone in the dirt. Good job by Garcia keeping it near him. Garcia playing for the Coyotes in this All-Star game. On the corners, it's an A and a Colonial. Aaron Newcomb for the A's, Braden Braga for the Colonials. Troy Johnson for the Bootleggers, Kanan Risley for the Bombers, and Fontenot for the A's. That one's fouled off by Rodriguez. It's 1-1. Rodriguez 0 for 1 today, ended the second inning with a strikeout on 4 pitches. Last batter that Christian Henderson faced. 1-1 count. Pitch slapped up the middle, fielded by Ballesteros. He'll take it down to second, down to first, and they double him up. 4-6-3 on the double play. The PSCL All-Stars flashing the leather. We're through 4 here in Palm Springs. It's 3-1. We'll be right back after a break for the 5th.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Top of the 5th inning, getting into the later innings here, and Troy Johnson leading it off for the PSCL All-Stars.
Yeah, it's been excellent so far through 4, 5 hits apiece for both squads, but it's the PSCL All-Stars that have a 3-1 lead.
Payne Ford on deck, and now Unharo with the first pitch of that bat. Buries a fastball down and in, but misses the zone. 1-0 the count on Johnson after he's taken over for Jordan Medina's spot. Medina went 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Right now it's Troy Johnson, who has had one heck of a season for John Tessier's Bootleggers. Buried the slider in there, and Johnson couldn't do anything with that pitch.
Yeah, that was a back foot slider to the right-handed hitter from the lefty pitcher, now Unharo, that just had Johnson way out in front.
1-1 from Haro. Goes with the slider again and misses the zone. It's 2-1 now. But Johnson, not officially a two-way. He's an outfielder. Has been on the mound a couple times, but he's done all his damage with the bat. 406 average. 5 RBIs, 13 hits, and he slams one down the line. That's going to go foul over towards our jump house in left field. 2-2 is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Haro fires. That one just low to fill up the count.
Yeah, good spot for that fastball. He'd been working Johnson in and tried to sneak in a fastball at the knees on the outer third, just missed.
After Ford, it looks like it'll be Fontenot, and with the payoff pitch here, a swing and a miss, another strikeout for Naun Haro. Went with the slider again. His best pitch gets the best result.
Yeah, that pitch is his out pitch. He gets ahead with the fastball, puts them away with the slider, and that's how he retires Troy Johnson.
Peyton Ford, one of a handful of Jack's All-Stars here. One of 6 leading the PSCL, and for good reason, a 1168 OPS on the season, 13 walks, 8 RBIs, and he swings over a slider and just gets a piece of it to fouled off. It's 0-1. Three extra base hits on the season, 14 hits total. 6 walks, but just 1 strikeout. Puts that one in play, goes down the left field line, fielded by Kleinman, but it's foul ball. 0-2.
Yeah, he's a guy that's done a little bit of everything for the Lumberjacks. He's drawn 13 walks, stolen 7 bases, even has a home run. That one coming yesterday, actually, against the Coyotes. That game was over on the turf field. So bit of power, speed, and vision on display with Peyton Ford.
0-2 count. Haro fires. High fastball, and he blew it by him. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to Jesus Vasquez. We've got 2 outs here.
It's already 4 strikeouts for Naun Haro, as he has just come in and set the tone for the Power as far as their pitching staff goes. The PSCL All-Stars haven't had much of an answer to the big lefty.
It'll be back-to-back A's coming up next. Jeffrey Fontenot, the first one. Braden Braga on deck. There's 2 outs now. Fontenot watches a fastball for ball 1, down and away. Fontenot playing for Jimmy Johnson's A's, who made a late push to steal the second spot in the PSCL playoffs. 1-0 pitch. Fouls off a slider in on the hands. It's 1-1.
And Fontenot near the top of the league in stolen bases. He's got 12 of them.
12 stolen bases, a .366 average. He's been a fantastic middle-of-the-order bat for Jimmy Johnson's A's. 1-1 pitch. Threw in the splitter there, it looks like. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, I guess you could call him the Austin Howler of the A's. He's got 15 hits and 15 runs. He's going to get on base, and he's going to come around to score at the top of that lineup.
And another immaculate strikeout-to-walk ratio. 12 walks, just 3 strikeouts. They're going to check down to first after the check swing, and he did not go around. Counts 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 2-run lead for the All-Stars in the second inning of work for Naun Haro, trying to put up another 0. 3-1 ball game in the top of the 5th inning. Naun Haro set, looks down to his glove and gets the sign from Blake Conrad. Fires it in, and that one's fouled off the other way. There is more action in the PSCL bullpen right now. Looks like Maximilian Weckel for the Grizzly warming up.
Yeah, and he's another guy who has a wicked slider, kind of like Haro. Doesn't have the velocity that the big lefty for the Power does, but that breaking ball is wicked.
2-2 pitch from Haro. Pokes the fastball foul again. He was late on it. Still 2-2. Haro, one of the harder throwing pitchers you'll see in Palm Springs this summer, sitting in the low 90s, can touch as high as 94. 2-2 pitch. Pokes it foul again, went back with the fastball, and Fontenot was just late on it.
Yeah, nice plate appearance here from Fontenot. He hasn't put it in play yet, but he's strung together a few consecutive foul balls, and he's, so far, other than Kane and Risley, who flied out to right, he's been the only one who's been able to put the bat on the ball coming from the left side.
2-2 pitch from Haro. Slider didn't get the call there. It's 3-2 now.
Yeah, you can see that one just drop just a bit too early. No swing from Fontenot. Good patience from him as he's making Haro work.
Fontenot trying to extend this inning. Haro trying to go 1-2-3. He's already got 2 Ks. Payoff pitch here. Line down the left side. Gloved by Kleinman. Throw down to first in time to get him. 5-3 on the putout. Haro puts up another 0, and it's a 3-1 game going to the bottom of the 5th. You're watching on the Power YouTube channel or listening on AM 1270 Fox Sports. We'll be right back after a break.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching,
Bottom 5 here in Palm Springs. Keaton Nadeau leading it off for the Power in a 3-1 game. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham. And a new man on the mound for Keaton Nadeau. It's Kobe Ladd, who loses a first pitch breaking ball. Just slipped out of the hands. It's 1-0. Kobe Ladd pacing the PSCL this season in ERA. A minuscule .56. 1-0 count, fires in the fastball, finds the zone there. It's 1-1 now. Nadeau 0 for 1 today, struck out to lead off the third inning. Saw 6 pitches though, it's a 1-1 count. Trying to start a rally here. Power down 2, and he's ahead 2-1.
Yeah, and Kobe Ladd in 16 innings pitched this summer only has 12 strikeouts, but that's not really part of his game. He's really a contact pitcher. But that's not been a problem for him. The Blue Sox playing excellent defense behind him is a big reason why he's got that .56 ERA.
Really the only guy who's competing with Henderson for pitcher of the year, as that one's popped up above the infield going into shallow right field. Jonas Ballesteros fighting across the lights basically, stumbles over and able to recover and catch that one. We've got one out.
Yeah, it wasn't the most conventional way to make that pop fly out over in shallow right field from the second base position, but he gets the job done at the end for the first out.
Sends it over to Miles Walton, the leadoff batter, who's hasn't had a hit yet, but has scored. He's the lone run for the Power. He walked in the third and scored on an RBI single by Mark Kirkland. First pitch by Ladd, that's a ball down low. It's 1-0. And again, Ladd may not have the strikeouts, but it's one of the more miraculous seasons you'll see. A .56 ERA, 2 runs on him this season, just 1 earned, and he watches ball 2 upstairs, counts 2-0.
Yeah, and those 2 runs, 1 earned, obviously, coming in his first start of the summer. That was back on June 11th against the Bootleggers in a 6-0 loss. Since then, it's been a bunch of zeros.
2-0 pitch, fires in a slider, gets Miles Walton swinging, counts 2-1. Now 1 out, and Mike Gonzalez on deck. After Mike Gonzalez, it'll be Mark Kirkland. If they can reach, Blake Conrad will continue the inning. 2-1 count. Kobe Ladd working off the right side of the rubber, kicks and fires. 2-1 pitch. Poke the other way. That's going to hang up enough for Fontenot in right field.
Yeah, good positioning out there in right field from Fontenot. I thought maybe he was going to have to come up at the very last second, but he was well positioned to begin with as that ball found him in right field. 2
outs, and Kobe Ladd's day is just 2 batters. Now they're going to turn it over to a Grizzly player here. It's Maximilian Weckel taking the mound. Zach Novus congratulates his Blue Sox All-Star, who gets a roaring ovation from his bench coming out to congratulate him. Put up a 0 there. It's still 3-1. We'll be right back after a break.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn
Bottom 5 here in Palm Springs. Mike Gonzalez getting ready for his at-bat against Max Weckel for the Grizzly. 3-1 game. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham here, and first pitch by Weckel is a breaking ball that catches the outer half of the plate. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Weckel, kind of like Naun Haro, is a fastball slider predominantly kind of guy, but this is coming from the right side.
Goes with that aforementioned slider there. Counts 1-1 as it skates across the plate. 1-1 now against Mike Gonzalez. Weckel spent some time out here as a PSCL returner. He played at College of the Desert and most recently at Hawaii Pacific. Third pitch is fouled off down the right side. That's going to go past our trainer's 10. 1-2 count now with 2 outs. Short outing for Kobe Ladd. Just faced 2 batters, but he did his job. Fly out to second base by Keaton Nato. Fly out to right by Miles Walton, and he turns it over to Weckel. 1-2 pitch. Poked the other way, foul again. It's going to go to the same spot, still 1-2. And we're seeing why here in the 5th inning. This game is Casey Dill's favorite night of the year. We've had several power players come out and say that they come back for this game, and that fastball runs in on Gonzalez. He'll reach again. He gets hit.
Yeah, and you can hear the oohs from the crowd here at Palm Springs Stadium. That one had some velo on it as it catches Mike Gonzalez. Rubs some dirt on it, trots down to first. He's not too unhappy with that as the Power have a base runner. And it brings up the tying run to the plate in Mark Kirkland.
Mark Kirkland with the only RBI of the day. Drove in Miles Walton from third. He'll step up. He's got a runner on first right now. It's Mike Gonzalez. Last season, the Power had a late inning comeback. Kirkland goes the other way again. That's going to get into the outfield for a hit. Gonzalez going first to third. He's going to get the stop sign there. 2-out double for Mark Kirkland. That ball gets past the third baseman, Newcomb, but good job by Weckel, able to get in and back it up before a good runner in Gonzalez could advance.
Yeah, and if Weckel didn't back up that third base bag, he probably would have scored a run as Kirkland slaps that ball past the shortstop into left field. He runs well, so he was thinking 2 all the way. So now the tying run is at second base.
Blake Conrad can tie this thing or take the lead with one swing here. He's got 2 outs, 2 runners on, and he's got 1 strike on him. Watches a slider by Weckel dart across the zone, but hang on the outer half. It's 0-1. Kirkland at second, Gonzalez at first. Conrad goes up the middle, a pop fly to center field. Risley coming in, but it'll hang up for Ballesteros at second, and he'll retire the inning there. Power gets some base runners going, threatened there. They had runners on second and third, but they're stranded. And Ladd and Weckel do their job. It's 3-1 going into the 6th. We'll be right back after a break.
It's a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's. Building your business is no small undertaking, and you need the right team by your side. Whether you're just getting started or expanding nationwide, Pacific Premier Bank is here to support your business every step of the way. As your trusted banking partner, we can help guide you down the right path with customized solutions designed for your business. We'll help you achieve the success you deserve. Pacific Premier Bank. Let's build your future together.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
We're through 5, top of the 6th here in Palm Springs. Now Haro going out for another inning of work. He'll face off against Braden Braga leading it off for the All-Stars. Braga taking over for Connor Meager, who went 1 for 2, but reached both times. And really spearheaded the scoring effort for the All-Stars. It's 3-1 PSCL in front of the Power. And the first pitch is a ball outside to Braga.
Yeah, Braga, another one of those bats throughout that A's lineup that can get it done. 341 batting average and a 591 slug.
Second pitch, darts the slider inside. It's 2-0. Braga playing for the A's in the PSCL this season. He'll be followed up by Dylan Garcia, and then presumably after that it'll be Jonas Ballesteros. 2-0 count. Haro to Braga. Throws in the slider, gets the call there. It's 2-1 at the top of the zone. Nobody on, nobody out. A 3-1 ball game in the top of the 6th inning. Thank you all for joining us here, whether it's on YouTube or AM 1270 Fox Sports. 2-1 pitch from Haro. Looked like he went with the curveball there. It floated out of the zone. It's 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. There's some movement in the Power bullpen, and as always, the PSCL bullpen active. Looks like Zach Thomas in there, and wicked fastball there in on the hands. Swing and a miss. It's a full count now.
Yeah, Zach Thomason's down there for the All-Stars. Looks like Richie Amavisca down the left field line for the Power.
Payoff pitch from Haro. He's got 4 strikeouts today. Swing and a miss, make it 5.
Good stuff from Haro. Was down in a 3-1 count. Was able to work himself back into it and punch away his 5th hitter of the game.
3 years in a row, the Power are going to have to work with some drama here as Dylan Garcia steps up to the plate. Garcia taking over for Derek Thompson's spot, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Watches a slider in the dirt for ball 1. It'll be Garcia, and then Aaron Newcomb. Ballesteros will follow him.
Yeah, Garcia's one of the 3 catchers listed on this roster, but he can also play in the outfield. That's why he's subbing in for Derek Thompson Jr.
Second pitch by Haro, a slider that catches the corner of the zone. Good backdoor pitch there. It's 1-1.
Yeah, 24 hits on the year. That's got to be near the top of the statistics leaders for the PSCL.
1-1 pitch. Got him looking there. It's 1-2. Back-to-back sliders by Haro. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, a 3-1 PSCL lead over the Power here on 4th of July. Haro firing. That one shot the other way. It's going to go foul into Sunrise Park. Still 1-2. Haro came in the 4th, has got 5 Ks and 2 in the 3rd scoreless innings. Again, Amavisca warming up, but presumably this is his inning. 1-2 pitch. He got him swinging there with another slider. 6 on the day for Haro. Blake Conrad's going to come out, tell his defense the defensive play here, and now it's Aaron Newcomb. Aaron Newcomb for the Colonials led off the last inning and struck out on 4 pitches, and here he is, watches ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Power defense playing straight up. Outfield straight up as well, but a big gap up the middle, and Newcomb goes right at that gap. Rodriguez can't reach it. It goes into center field. First hit of the day for the Colonial.
Yeah, 2-out hit right up the middle. Nice short compact swing. He's on first.
And a strange situation here. Ballesteros batting now, but the strange situation is Newcomb batted in Ballesteros' spot last inning, and now he goes into the spot that was listed for him. Now Ballesteros gets an at-bat. So it's Ballesteros coming now, and our umpires are pointing that out now. Not sure what's going to happen. The umpires are pointing out that Ballesteros was supposed to bat in Newcomb's spot.
Looks like they're just asking for a pinch runner.
So coming out to pinch run, it'll be number 2. That's Devin Mahoney for the Colonials. So no harm, no foul. Mahoney pinch running for Newcomb. It'll be a runner on first with 2 outs, and Haro's going right after him. But Mahoney scampers back to first in time. Ballesteros playing for the Haymakers this season has been outstanding. First pitch to him is a ball 1-0. 440 average this season. He's pitched as well, but has made the money with the bat. Has walked 8 times, struck out once, 4 RBIs, and an OPS approaching 1,200. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Had the fastball blown right by him. Every kid's dream here to play on 4th of July under the lights. Here we are doing it now. It's the All-Stars against the Power. We'll check down to first, not in time to get Mahoney. Now the focus goes back to Ballesteros. 2 outs, the pitch to Ballesteros is high. It's 2-1 now. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A 3-1 game in the top of the 6th inning. Haro fires. Slider up the middle. Going to be gloved by Rodriguez. He'll step on second base, take it himself, and then end the inning. Gone to the bottom of the 6th. Power down 2. It's a 3-1 game. Andrew Rivas, Cato Kleinman, Casey Kleinman due up. We'll be right back after a break.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are 2 teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Bottom 6 here in Palm Springs. Welcome back. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham and Andrew Rivas leading it off against yet another new arm for the PSCL All-Stars. Zach Thomason of the Coyotes coming up and firing in a first pitch breaking ball to Rivas that catches the zone. It's 0-1. Rivas 1 for 2 today, struck out and singled, and he watches a pitch get way out of the zone there. It's 1-1. Looked like it slipped out of the hand of the left-hander.
Yeah, he tried to go back to the breaking ball to get ahead 0-2, but leaves it out.
1-1 pitch down in the zone. It's 2-1 on the season. Zach Thomason. This is his 10th game, 9 in the PSCL regular season. 26 strikeouts in 27 innings. For Jacob Castro's Coyotes, Misses low. It's 3-1 now to Andrew Rivas. 3-1 pitch to Rivas. Inside, ball 4. 5-pitch walk to lead off the inning. Sends it over to Cato Kleinman, who's reached both times. It's a familiar situation for the Power this game. Cato and Casey Kleinman, the next two batters. Cato and Casey have reached both times. Cato has reached second both times. In the first inning, got there on an error. Second inning on a single. And he goes up the middle again for another single. Rivas stops at second. Kleinman at first. Second hit of the day for Cato. And it's runners on first and second for Casey.
Yeah, short swing from Cato right back up the middle. We've seen a lot of base hits go into that part of the field. As Zach Novus comes out, that's going to be it for Zach Thomason. And they're going to go straight to Caden Stillwell, one of the better arms out of the Lumberjacks bullpen.
In high pressure, they're going to one of the best arms in the league, one of the best arms for the best team in the league. Thomason out, Caden Stillwell in. He's the 7th pitcher of the game, and Zach Novus is trying to work around a jam here. No outs, runners on first and second, and one of the best bat-to-ball hitters in Division I baseball, Casey Kleinman, due up. We'll be right back after a break.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
It's pressure time for the PSCL. Bottom of the 6th inning, Caden Stillwell onto the mound, facing off against Casey Kleinman. Dalton Thomas on deck, and looks like KJ Moon is going to get a pinch hit appearance as well soon. He's got runners on first and second. Rivas on second. Cato Kleinman on first. Casey Kleinman lays down a bunt, and it goes foul. 0-1. No outs, and they hand it off to one of the best all-around players in the PSCL, a 4-time returner, Caden Stillwell. 2.78 ERA for the Lumberjacks and a 3.78 batting average. Playing up the middle for them. Here he is in the biggest spot of the season, on the mound in a jam against the heart of the Power lineup. 0-1 count against Kleinman, who squares up and pulls back again. It's 1-1 now. Curveball in the dirt for Stillwell.
Yeah, good job from Kleinman to pull that bat back. Forced Braga over that first to creep in. Now he's in front of the bag, as is Newcomb over there at third. So corners in defensively for the All-Stars.
Kleinman, he's got Rivas on second. He's got his twin Cato on first. Squares up to bunt again, pulls it back again. A ball outside. But more importantly, a good job by Dylan Garcia, keeping it from going to the backstop and keeping the Power runners where they are.
Yeah, and this is where we start to see the game within the game, as back-to-back pitches. Kleinman has showed bunt, make it 3 in a row, actually. And the All-Stars trying to figure out defensively what they want to do.
Casey Kleinman with a 2-1 pitch, squares up to bunt again. The plan is obvious, but he pulls back. It's 3-1.
Yeah, great vision from Kleinman to see that there's no need to lay down a bunt if the pitch isn't a strike to begin with. So able to pull it back and Now Stillwell's down 3-1.
He's got 13 RBIs this season. Kleinman watches strike 2 catch the top of the zone. Full count now, no outs, 2 runners on. Kleinman trying to tie it here if he can. Anything in the gap should score Cato from first. 3-2 pitch. Kleinman goes the other way, a pop fly into right field. Fauna chasing back on it. He'll collect it, but tagging up from second is Rivas. A productive out, and it'll send it over to Dalton Thomas now, playing in another All-Star game.
Yeah, Dalton Thomas has had a nice summer, playing second base for the Power, hitting over 300. He's been a nice spark plug in this lineup for the Power.
Thomas, who's been a stalwart for the Power over the last several years, one of the longest tenured players. He's played all over the place from Wenatchee, Washington. Really got familiar with this program in his time at College of the Desert in 2022. He's played at Lindenwood, Pacific Lutheran, most recently at McPherson with the first pitch. Watches it outside. It's 1-0. Runners on the corners. He's got Rivas on third. He's got Cato Kleinman on first. And just 1 out in the 6th. It's a 3-1 ball game. Thomas looking for some RBIs here. 1-0 pitch. Thomas squares up with a pop fly of a bunt that goes right into the all-star bench. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here.
Yeah, Thomas just a little bit late trying to drop that bunt down. Fortunately for him, it goes into foul territory, as that one could have been danger if it's over towards Braga at first base.
Packed house here watching a fantastic game so far. Throw down to first. Kleinman slides in safely. A solid pickoff move by Stillwell.
Yeah, and Dalton Thomas is a guy that manager Casey Dill looks up to be a leader for this Power team.
Thomas gets the bunt right down the right side, and fielding it is Stillwell. He has no play at home. A good sacrifice RBI by Thomas. 3-2 as Rivas scores from third. Cato Kleinman goes to second, and now it's a power threat in KJ Moon.
Yeah, and that bunt not only brings home the second run of the game for the Power, but it allows Cato Kleinman to get to second base. So now he's in scoring position for KJ Moon, taking his first hacks of the evening.
KJ Moon played at Mercer this year. He'll play at Augusta University for the rest of the way. Takes strike 1, and what a presence he has been for the Power. Primarily a DH, but a .296 average, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Massive pop from the right side. 0-1 pitch. Comes in and misses the zone. A good curveball by Stillwell. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and you mentioned he's got the power in that bat. He has 3 home runs this summer, one of them to left center, one of them to right center, and the other one to dead center, using the full field with that swing.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Big swing there, and KJ Moon wanted to hit that one all the way to downtown Palm Springs. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. He's got Kleinman on second base. The tying run at second. Moon the winning run at the plate. Bottom of the 6th, they've already put up a run here. Stillwell on the mound, working out of the stretch. Looks down to the runner and fires at the plate and gets the swing on the high fastball. Down goes Moon, and Caden Stillwell limits the damage to 1. It's 3-2 going into the 7th. We'll be right back in Palm Springs.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our eat, drink, and play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Three to 2 game. Jeremiah Dandridge taking his first at-bat of the day against Naun Haro in his 4th inning of work. 7th inning here in Palm Springs, and it's been a good one so far. Power put up another run in the bottom of the 6th to bring it within 1. Haro working against one of the Bombers' best bats in Jeremiah Dandridge. Watches ball 1 inside. Dandridge takes over for Risley. He's got Luke Santarius on deck and fires in a slider there, Haro does. The count's 1-1 now. Nobody on, nobody out. Haro with 6 Ks on the day already. 1-1 pitch. Outside with the fastball, counts 2-1 now. Dandridge on the day, 317 batting average, 429 on base, a 415 slug, and OPS in the 800s. 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed. It's 2-2 now. 5 stolen bases. Has only been caught once, but 9 RBIs for Dandridge. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and caught the corner there with a backdoor slider. Perfect pitch for number 7 on the night for Naun Haro.
Make that 7 now. Half of them have been looking as he has come in and just retired all-star after all-star. He has been setting the tone for the Power pitching staff.
And from one all-star to another, it's Luke Santarius, one of the best hitters in the PSCL, who goes the other way, fielded by Gonzalez. On a hop, throw down to first, in time to get the chill batter. Santarius down, and now they're going with one of the Blue Sox batters. It's number 16 for the Blue Sox. That's Jack Schaefer. Schaefer takes Troy Johnson's spot, and what a season it has been for Jack Schaefer. Playing outfield this year and hitting .417. Takes on the left-hander from Kansas. Strike 1 on a slider. Again, Haro in the transfer portal, played for Kansas this past season. He's played at a couple different stops. Southern Nevada, and right now he fires in a fastball that's fouled off. It's 1-1, or 0-2 now. 0-2, 2 outs. Haro looking for a 4th 0 in a row. He struck out 7 on the night, and he's got Jack Schaefer in his way. Strike 3, got him looking, and take a bow now, Haro. 4 shutout innings, 8 Ks for the lefty, and he's got the power within 1. It's 3-2 going to the bottom of the 7th. We stretch here in Palm Springs.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching. Rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Cipriano Rivera taking the mound out of New Mexico Highlands. And he'll face off against 1, 2, and 3 of the power lineup. It's Miles Walton, Mike Gonzalez, and Mark Kirkland due up. In a 3-2 ball game that the Power have been chipping away at. PSCL took the lead with a 3-run third inning. Power answered with one at the bottom of that inning. And then one in the 6th. 3-2 here, and strike one down on the zone to Miles Walton. Walton facing off against the best that the Haymakers have to offer. Cipriano Rivera fired in an absolute gem the other day against the Blue Sox. Ground ball down the third. Throw to first from Arriola in time to get him. Arriola to Luke Santarius at first. And again, another defensive change for this PSCL lineup. Luke Santarius at first. Jeremiah Dandridge is out there in center field. Noah Arriola at third. Drake Aycock behind the plate. Jack Zimmerman at shortstop. First pitch in on the hands to Mike Gonzalez. It's 1-0. 1-0 to Mike Gonzalez, one out here. Second pitch upstairs, it's 2-0. Aiden Litzenberger playing second base now. Jack Schaefer playing left field. 2-0 pitch. Down in the dirt, count is 3-0 now. 3-0, one out. Mark Kirkland on deck. And again, we've seen it 3 straight years. The Power have to play from behind. They have to pull off some late inning magic. In 2023, they walked it off against the PSCL. Here with the 3-0 pitch, Cipriano Rivera fires, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Mike Gonzalez.
Yeah, Mike Gonzalez is a guy that knows how to work an at-bat, and here with one away in the 7th is able to get on first base representing the tying run.
And a short hook for Zach Novus. He's going to call to the bullpen again. Looks like he's going to go with Brandon McCullough Death unless he pulls out one of the position players. Unless this is just a quick meeting. They've got a runner on first now. He has not yet taken the ball from Cipriano Rivera. Again, they do have Brandon McCullough Death warming up in the bullpen for the A's. But right now, it doesn't seem like he's taking the ball, and he's not going to. Just a quick talk with his pitcher.
Yeah, and you mentioned near the top of this broadcast that Cipriano Rivera is one of those pitchers on this roster that has gotten hot as the season has gone on. So, yeah, he walked Mike Gonzalez here with one away, but he can really hunker down and get his team a big out.
He's got a 5.28 ERA, but that has been ballooned by his first start of the season. It was a tough one 2 innings, 7 earned runs. But since then, he's been nothing but outstanding. 2 innings, 1 run against the Coyotes, 5 1/3 shut against the Coyotes again, and then 6 innings of 1-run ball to close out the season against the Blue Sox. He's got Mark Kirkland up and a runner on first in Mike Gonzalez. Kirkland slashes that the other way. It's foul. It's going to be 0-1 count with 1 out. Kirkland up, Gonzalez on first, Blake Conrad on deck. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter and Brian O'Neill. Couple college teammates could face off here. Mark Kirkland swings at that one, sends it into right field for a hit. Going first to third, Mike Gonzalez. He's getting the wave. He'll settle there, and runners on the corners for one of the best RBI producers in the Power this season, Brian O'Neill out of New Mexico Highlands.
Yeah, another clutch hit for Mark Kirkland. He's got 3 of them today, 2 singles and a double, as he's got 2 power players on the base paths. He's at first, Gonzalez is at third, and that is going to be it for Cipriano Rivera.
Cipriano Rivera faces 3 batters, gets 1 out. He's responsible for the 2 runners on base. Kirkland at first, Gonzalez at second. But before he could face his college teammate, Brian O'Neill, they're going to go to the bullpen. Zach Novus calling in the A's ace, Brandon McCoa-Death. Hands in the ball, and Rivera gets a hand from his bench. We'll be right back after a break. 1 out with 2 runners on here in the 7th.
Everyone knows good things come in threes, like our eat, drink, and play combo for just $19.99. Maybe the saying should be good things come in 19.99s. Maybe not. The Dave & Buster's Eat, Drink, and Play combo for just $19.99.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
On the biggest night of the year, it is a 1-run game in the 7th inning. Out goes Cipriano Rivera. He records just 1 out. And into the fire, Brandon McCoa-Death from the A's.
Yeah, he's pretty much been their ace all season long, eating up a good chunk of innings. He's thrown 31 innings with a 6.39 ERA, but those have been inflated, or that number has been inflated by 1 start where he allowed 7 earned runs. But eating up a good chunk of innings for the A's. He knows how to get outs when he needs it, and he's a ground ball away from getting out of this 7th inning.
Yeah, it was back-to-back tough starts for Rivera against the Grizzly and Bootleggers, but other than that, he's been solid for the A's this season. He's facing off against Brian O'Neill, who watches ball 1 outside, and Brian O'Neill came into the season a little bit late out of New Mexico Highlands, but since then has exploded, especially in the RBI department. Leads the race there with 23 for the Power. 1-0 pitch inside. O'Neill has to move the legs a little bit to get out of the way. It's 2-0. He's got runners on the corners. Mark Kirkland on first. He's got Mike Gonzalez 90 feet away on third. And with 1 out, the 2-0 pitch from McCoa-Death. 2 balls, no strikes to O'Neill, who lines that right at second base. Throw to short, down to first. They double him up and end the inning. Brandon Makoa Death thrown into the fire, gets out of the jam, and keeps the lead at 1. It's 3-2. PSCL All-Stars on top here in Palm Springs. We're through 7, going to the 8th. We'll be right back after a break.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the 8th here in Palm Springs, and look who's still out there on the mound. Naun Haro out for his 5th inning of relief. In the 8th inning, he's got 8 strikeouts, just 55 pitches, and he'll be facing off against a tough part of this PSCL lineup. Xander Martinez leading it off. It'll be Litzenberger batting second. And then in the hole, looks like it's Noah Areola.
Yeah, Xander Martinez, second in the PSCL this summer in hits. Only Dylan Garcia had more with 24. Xander Martinez, 23 for 40 on the season with 6 doubles and 11 RBIs.
Martinez takes over for Vasquez's spot. And right now, he's leading it off. One of the best bat-to-ball players in the PSCL for the Bombers. Swings right through a slider. First pitch by Naun Haro. Zach Novus a little late to get out to his third base spot, jogging across the field now, and says some words to his second batter and second baseman here, Aiden Litzenberger. And the second pitch there, a fastball on the inner half of the plate. It's strike 2.
Yeah, what I love about Haro is he's not afraid to use both sides of the plate going coast to coast.
0-2 pitch, goes with the fastball. It's up high and away, lost it there. It's 1-2 now. But you said it, he goes coast to coast, and he's one of the most refined pitchers we've seen here in the Power, and one of the most dominant strikeout artists as he tries to get one there, but can't backdoor the slider. It backed up on him. Counts even at 2 now. 8th inning here in Palm Springs. No outs and a 3-2 lead. Power gonna need some late inning magic. Pitch by Haro, fouled off the end of the bat. Martinez stays alive. On deck, Aiden Litzenberger and Noah Areola in the hole. Two and two count to Xander Martinez. One of 4 bombers in the game today. 2-2 pitch inside, gets past O'Neill to the backstop. It's 3-2 now.
Yeah, that one nearly hit him. I thought maybe he would try to sell it, but clearly Xander Martinez wants to hit. No sell job from him. He's back up to hit with a full count.
Full count to Martinez. Pitch by Haro inside, and the first walk of the day for Naun Haro. And how long of a leash will Casey Dill give him? He's had Richie Amavisco warm up for a couple innings. Now there's another pitcher warming up. It's number 13 for the Power. That is still Richie Amavisco warming up. But now it's Aiden Litzenberger. First pitch, a fastball that he pulled down in the zone. It's 1-0. Runner on first is Martinez. Litzenberger has been outstanding this season for Zach Novus's Rush. Again, the story of the season for the PSCL. The Rush started out 0-7. They win 10 of their last 11 games to get a high seed in the PSCL playoffs. And a big part of that, Aiden Litzenberger. 3 RBIs on the season, but 13.03 on the OPS. A 444 batting average. And that ball's thrown over to second base. Dalton Thomas able to scoop it up. Just got past Naun Haro, but the count's 1-1 now. Litzenberger riding a 7-game on base streak, and he fouls that one off. It's 1-2 now.
Hey, you mentioned that the Rush were able to get hot and get that high seed. 5th overall seed out of 11 teams. They'll be taking on the 8th seeded Chill tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning over at Palm Springs High School.
1-2 the count on Litzenberger. Haro looks down at first, working out of the stretch, kicks and fires. A check swing there, but he did not go around. Counts even at 2.
Yeah, he wanted to. Good hands to hold back at the last second and see a 2-2 count.
As the sun sets here on this Friday evening, the Power going into the late innings, needing to work from behind. Litzenberger goes the other way, but right at Mark Kirkland, who will step on first and double him up there. A line drive to Kirkland gets 2 outs for Haro.
That's the second time that's happened tonight. It happened in the second off the bat of Derek Thompson Jr. He lined to Kirkland at first, who got himself a double play, and he does the same thing here to get the first 2 in the 8th.
Now one of the A's batters hitting. It's
Braden McClinn's been in the 2 spot for the A's all season long, hitting right behind Derek Thompson Jr. It's been a fine 1-2 punch for them.
Braden Macklin for the A's, one of the best hitters in the PSCL from start to finish. Hit the first home run of the PSCL season. Watches ball 1 upstairs. It's 1-1. It's a funny story. On day 1 of the PSCL, the players are getting here. They've only known each other for about 18 hours by the time they play a game, so naturally the coaches haven't gotten to know them unless they're returners. 1-1 pitch from Haro. Lined up the middle, that's a hit.
Nice swing off the bat of McClinn. Right back up the middle. There's been 15 hits across both teams today, and it seems like almost 75% of them have been right back up the middle.
Noah Areola coming up, and Braden Macklin on first. But as I was saying, Macklin gets on the board for hits, but these guys don't know each other on day 1 of the PSCL, so in the first inning, they're playing a backfield game as Areola goes to the same spot. Back-to-back hits for the PSCL. 2 outs and 2 runners on for Drake Aycock. But Areola in the first inning of the PSCL season in the first game sends a 3-run home run to left field on the backfield. And on the backfield, you can hear Jimmy Johnson say something along the lines of, "I barely know the guy, I haven't met him, I just saw the name and put him down as our 4-hitter. Look how smart I am, he hits a home run."
Yeah, sometimes you just have a feel for it. And on opening day, Jimmy Johnson had that feel for his cleanup spot, and what a job that was. What a way to kick off the season for the A's and Braden Macklin.
Drake Aycock, the backstop for the Chill, sends a chopper to shortstop, running in Gonzalez. It's going to be a tough play, off balance throw in time to Kirkland. 6-3 on the putout. A couple 2-out singles from the PSCL, but they leave him stranded there. It's a 1-run game into the 8th. 3-2 Power need to go to work offensively. We'll be right back after a break.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom 8 here in Palm Springs. 4th of July All-Star Game has not disappointed so far. Welcome back in on YouTube and 1270 AM Fox Sports. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham here. It's going to be Andrew Rivas, Cato Kleinman, and Casey Falling facing off against the 9th arm of the day, Matt Wallen for the Jacks, stepping up. A 3-2 game in the 8th. We've seen a couple power pitchers warming up over the last couple innings. We've seen Naun Haro cover the last 5. He's been outstanding. He's kept it at 3 runs. But right now, the only concern, what can the power do against this PSCL All-Star team? Ball 1 against Andrew Rivas. It's 1-0. Rivas on the day, 1 for 2. He's walked and scored in the 6th. He has a single in the 2nd. But right now, nobody on, nobody out. 1-0 pitch. Down for ball 2.
Yeah, Wallen has 38 strikeouts and 21 in a third innings pitched, a 2.95 ERA, also up there in contention for PSCL Pitcher of the Year.
2-0 pitch from Wallen. Up high, he's gone 3-0 to Andrew Rivas.
You also see a lefty in the All-Star bullpen, Brady Bickett of the Bootleggers down there getting loose.
A reminder, as the 3-0 pitch goes outside, a 4-pitch walk for Andrew Rivas.
Yeah, and he led off the 6th inning with a walk and came around to score on a Dalton Thomas sac bunt. So a good omen for the power here in the 8th.
And a reminder, in the infield, almost a completely new defense. Areola at 3rd, Martinez at short, Litzenberger at 2nd, Luke Santarius at 1st. Again, Drake Aycock behind the plate. Henry Wallen on the mound, facing Cato Kleinman, who's 2 for 3. Kleinman's reached all 3 times, though, and he watches ball, or what's called strike 1. Looks like it might have been a little bit outside, but gets the call. 0-1 count. He's got Rivas on first in a 1-run game. It's 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Power 5-1 in this All-Star game in its existence. Need a late inning comeback for win number 6. 1-1 as the fastball goes outside. On deck, Casey Kleinman, then Dalton Thomas after him. And a new power pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Richie Amavisca had been warming up. Now it's Isaac Quintero. But again, all that matters is the batter at the plate here. 1-1 pitch outside, but Drake Aycock kept it with him. It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, good job from Aycock to keep that pitch in front of him, anything behind him. And the runner at first, Rivas, is taken off.
Rivas can run well for a first baseman. He's at first. Cato Kleinman at the plate. 2-1 pitch. Wallen set and fires high, ball 3. Casey talked to us about this game at the beginning of this season. He said that this is where some of the PSCL players see if they can hang in the higher levels of college baseball. A lot of them coming from D2, D3, NAIA schools. This is the first time they've played in front of a massive crowd. Some of them thrive, some of them not so much. Right now, Matt Wallen trying to prove he can thrive. It's 3-2 after a called strike. Full count, nobody out, a one-run game. Wallen fires the payoff pitch, swung on and missed, and he got Kleinman.
Yeah, he got Kleinman to climb the ladder on that high fastball. Huge out number one for the All-Stars.
One Kleinman goes down, now it's the next. Casey Kleinman coming up to bat, and Casey Kleinman 2 for 3 on the day as well. This time, he's got 2 singles in his first at-bats and a productive out in the 6th. He moved Andrew Rivas over to third. But right here, he takes strike one. He's got Rivas on first. It's still a one-run game. 3-2, 1 out. Bottom 8 inning. The 9th pitcher of the game for the PSCL. Wallen fires inside, and that almost hit Kleinman. Gets away from Aycock, and Rivas will jog over to second.
Yeah, that one ran way inside on Casey Kleinman. Thought maybe it got a piece of him, but just an errant pitch gets away from Aycock. So now there's a runner in scoring position representing the tying run.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Casey Kleinman at the plate. He's got the tying run at second. Wallen's going to take a second step off the mound, look back at him. Get Rivas to retreat to second. But we're in crunch time here in Palm Springs. What everyone's described as the best sporting night in the Valley all year has not disappointed. 1-1 pitch. He swings at the high fastball. It's 1-2 now.
Yeah, he's continuing to attack the Kleinman brothers at the top of that strike zone. 1-2 count here. Kleinman, knowing that's where he's been going, we'll see if he wants to climb the ladder as well.
1-2 pitch to Kleinman. Thomas on deck. Wallen fires, and Kleinman fires that one away. It's still 1-2.
I don't know how he got a piece of that. Breaking ball on the inside, and he's late on it, able to foul it off towards the PSCL All-Star dugout. You mentioned that Casey Kleinman has some of the best bat-to-ball skills in Division I baseball, putting it on display there to keep this plate appearance alive.
Just the 3rd season in Virginia Commonwealth history with a player with as many at-bats, striking out 5 or fewer times in a season. And he's just the 2nd player to ever do it. Casey Kleinman, 1-2 pitch, and he got him swinging there. Breaking ball down in the zone, throw down to first in time. Rivas is going to try and take third, and he does. Spectacular base running by Andrew Rivas. Gets the extra 90 feet on a slow throw down to first. He's 90 feet away for Dalton Thomas.
Yeah, and there's 2 outs, so it's going to have to be a base. Oh, they're going to say getting out of play. He's going to score. It's a tie ball game.
Tie game, and what has happened here? They threw the ball away, and I guess that ball, or I guess they're going to call it there to give Rivas the extra 90 feet. Zach, what just happened?
It looks like they were trying to throw it within the infield, and the ball goes away. I guess they're saying that that was a live ball.
Zach, Novus is furious. The PSCL All-Stars are furious. There's a meeting with 3 of the umpires, everyone but John DeCesar, talking to Novus, who is shaking his fist right now, right past third base in the infield. We've got 2 outs. Dalton Thomas is waiting for his at-bat. But right now, it seems to be a tie ball game.
Yeah, Steven, I was going to tell you how important that base running was from Rivas to get to third with 2 outs, because now obviously you need a base hit or a pass ball can score the run, but we didn't even get to see that opportunity play out. Dalton Thomas, as he's walking to the plate, the umpires tell the run he can come in to score, and Zach Novus is furious.
And I don't blame him. He's had this power team on the ropes all game long. They took a 3-run lead in the third inning, haven't let it up since, but now it's tied. Novus goes back to his spot. He is still yelling. He's going to get his money's worth here, shouting at our home plate umpire, John DeCesar, yelling at anyone who will listen. But right now it is a tie ball game for Dalton Thomas. Power trying to strike here. And again, how big was that extra 90 feet that Andrew Rivas took? First pitch to Dalton Thomas is down. It's ball one. Dalton Thomas last time up had a perfect sacrifice bunt to score Rivas. Rivas has scored twice, both aligning with Dalton Thomas at bats. 1-0 to Thomas. Outside counts 2-0 now.
Yeah, 3 runs apiece for both teams, 8 hits, as it's been very evenly matched here at Palm Springs Stadium.
A tie game. The Power trying to take the lead here with 2 outs, and Thomas takes ball 3.
KJ Moon on deck with 2 away. Dalton Thomas has a 3-0 count. If he can get on, he's going to represent the go-ahead run.
And Dalton Thomas can run really well. Anything in the gap should score him. 3-0 pitch up high, but he gets the call, and off the bench, a couple Power players are furious now. It's firing up the crowd, and it's a 3-1 count now.
Yeah, the fans are into it now.
John Kibble making enemies with everyone right now. 3-1, 2 outs. Matt Wallen just trying to keep it there.
Yeah, we've always had a large crowd here tonight at Palm Springs Stadium, but they're invested now.
3-1 pitch, a perfect slider, gets Thomas swing, and then the count is full now. They're going to rule it fielder's interference. They're going to say that Noah Areola, this is an update from our scorekeeper, Charlie Gonzalez. They're going to say that Noah Areola got in the way of Andrew Rivas going to third. So it's 3-2 now, and that's how the run scores. Poked foul, Dalton Thomas stays alive. Full count, 2 outs in the 8th inning. KJ Moon on deck, Miles Walton in the hole. What a game it has been tonight. Dalton Thomas, the 4-time returner. He's been here every year since he's been out of high school. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the PSCL bench is erupting now.
Yeah, Dalton Thomas trying to fire up the crowd too. We got the Boo Birds coming out from the away side. What a ball game we're having here.
The rare time you will ever see a home crowd booing the Power. And right now, John Kibble is public enemy number 1. KJ Moon steps up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. And if he can get anything deep, Dalton Thomas will be on his horse trying to score. Surely Casey Dill will send him. And the first pitch is up and in for ball 1. Nobody warming up in the PSCL bullpen right now. Everyone's standing on the bench. And this place is ready to erupt. KJ Moon at the plate. Second pitch, he swings at a slider down and away. It's 1-1. Moon struck out on 4 pitches in his first at-bat, took over for Keaton Nadeau. And after him, it's Miles Walton. Power got him right where they want him, but the PSCL 1 out away from keeping this thing tied. High and away, but a throwback down to first. Dalton Thomas had to scurry back to first, but he's safe. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, a 3-3 ball game in the 8th inning. 1 run in the 3rd, 1 run in the 6th, 1 in the 8th for the Power. All 3 runs in the 3rd for the PSCL. KJ Moon at the plate. Pitch by Matt Wallen is swung on and missed, and the count is even at 2.
Yeah, and he is not afraid of KJ Moon. I have 3 home runs on the summer. Matt Wallen going right at him. Quite a duel being had here.
2-2 pitch from Wallen. On the corner, he leaves it there. Strike 3. Matt Wallen has this bench ready to explode. They swarm him as he's going down the line, and it's a tie game going into the 9th. He walks Andrew Rivas, strikes out Kleinman, both of them in a row. He walks Dalton Thomas, but leaves it there with a walk to with a strikeout to KJ Moon. What a job by Matt Wallen. It's tied going into the 9th. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Top of the 9th inning. Jack Zimmerman leading it off for the PSCL All-Stars. A tie game, and here comes Isaac Quintero. First pitch swinging, a pop fly above the infield. Coming in, Casey Kleinman's going to call everyone off. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Isaac Quintero. Quintero, two-way player this season. He's played with the Bootleggers, facing off against a bunch of familiar foes here with the PSCL. And we're going to read off the PSCL stats since that's about as relevant as it can get, and it's been outstanding. 2.4 ERA. He pitched a complete game. First pitch is a ball outside, ball 1. Or apologies, he pitched a 5 1/3 inning, 1-run game against the A's his last time out. Struck out 11. Second pitch fouled off. It's 1-1. Right now it's number 12 for the Bombers. That's Jeremiah Dandridge at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Santarius on deck. Pitches inside, counts 2-1. But Quintero started off the PSCL season with a bang. 4 innings, 8 strikeouts, and the first leg of a PSCL no-hitter. He's trying to do the same here, but in the 9th inning, trying to keep it at 3. Dandridge fouls that one off. It's 2-2. A hard foul ball that went into the top of the stands. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 9th inning. Power gonna have to walk it off here. It'll be the top of the lineup. Miles Walton, Mike Gonzalez, Mark Kirkland. But the PSCL trying to say otherwise. Everyone's standing here in the stadium. Third pitch gets him there on the corner looking. Welcome in Isaac Quintero. Strikes out Isaiah Dandridge, and now it's one of the toughest players to strike out, Luke Santarius.
Lefty-lefty matchup here between Quintero and Santarius with the game on the line. 2 outs, top of the 9th in a 3-3 ball game. If you're the PSCL All-Stars, this is the guy you want at the plate to kickstart a late-inning rally.
And again, it's an all-star team. They like everyone they've got, but Luke Santarius especially. 583 batting average, 660 on base. He takes strike 1 at the bottom of the zone, and he did not like it. Neither did the PSCL bench. but one of the best contact hitters in the league. At one point, he was hitting 785. Santarius at the plate, one of the best left-handed hitters the PSCL has to offer, and it's because of that. A line drive that gets past a diving Dalton Thomas for a 2-out hit. Santarius on first, and it'll pass it along to Jack Schaefer. Schaefer 0 for 1 today, struck out looking, and Isaac Quintero is going to have to do the same here. How we got here. Trevor Eby went the first 3, then Naun Haro put on an absolute clinic. 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, kept it scoreless. And after that, we've got Isaac Quintero on the mound. For the PSCL, Christian Henderson went the first 2 scoreless. Lamont Buford allowed the first run. Jake Williams, Kobe Ladd, Max Welko followed him up. Then it went to Thomason Stillwell, Cipriano Rivera, Brandon McCoa Death, and Matt Wallen. Now Jack Schaefer coming up. He watches ball 1. 1-0, 1 runner on. It's Luke Santarius on first base. Actually, that is a pinch runner. Pinch runner looks like it's one of the bootleggers down there. Liner into center field, ranging over Miles Walton, and he'll catch that one. Powers strand the runner and put up an ever-important 0. Round of applause for Isaac Quintero. It's tied going into the bottom of the 9th. Top of the lineup due up. It's 3-3 now here in Palm Springs.
Like a family setting, you know, we come and we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Bottom 9, buckle up, everybody. This place is ready to explode. Stephen Buxton joined by Zach Durham here on 1270 AM Fox Sports and on the Palm Springs Power YouTube channel. We've got a tie game here. Miles Walton, Mike Gonzalez, Mark Kirkland, the first 3 due up. And in comes Brady Bickett. Welcome to the biggest game of your life. Thousands watching here on a beautiful Palm Springs 4th of July night. And you're trying to take down the big dogs. All-Stars have the power on the ropes, and an all-time controversial call tied it. Andrew Rivas tied on a fielder's interference call in the 8th inning. And now Miles Walton trying to send us home here. It'll be Walton, Gonzalez, and Kirkland if one of them can reach Brian O'Neill. And again, just buckle up, everybody. 3-3 game in the top of the 9th. Bickett for the bootleggers, the 11th pitcher of the game. Watches ball 1.
Yeah, Bickett on the year, 17 in a 3rd innings pitch, struck out 29 batters with a 1.56 ERA.
Bickett's been an absolute horse for this bootleggers staff. It's the hardest throwing staff in the PSCL. And he fires in a blazing fastball, strike 2 at the top of the zone. 2-0 to Miles Walton, and it's a dangerous guy to let on base if they do. The fastest runner on the team for the power. Anything Mike Gonzalez would put in the gap would score him. So they got to get a strike here, and they do. Fastball on the outer edge of the plate. It's 2-1. 3 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the PSCL. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Power. Miles Walton has not got a hit today, but has reached, and he fouls that one off. It's 2-2.
That was a nice hack with 2 strikes. You can tell he's up there trying to get on base, not with a walk, not with a bloop single. He's trying to barrel this baseball into a gap and put himself in scoring position.
If there are extra innings, there's Sicarios from the Rush warming up in the dugout, or in the PSCL bullpen. Nobody warming up in the Power bullpen, but looks like there is going to be movement. 3-2 as that pitch goes high on Miles Walton. Mike Gonzalez on deck. Payoff pitch from Brady Bickett. This 4th of July once again has not disappointed. Bickett's pitch outside, ball 4. The leadoff runner has reached for the Power.
Great plate appearance from Miles Walton to kick off this bottom of the 9th. Leader in stolen bases on this Power squad is at first base. We'll see if he takes off early or if Mike Gonzalez can work an at-bat.
We've seen a lot of late inning magic from the Power this season, most notably a 7-run comeback at UCR in Game 2 of a doubleheader against the Inland Valley Pirates. They have not walked a game off this season, but right now they've got the chance. Mike Gonzalez at the plate. First pitch, he bunts it, shoves it across towards the right side. It goes foul. Popped it up there, but it's over into the PSCL dugout. 0-1, nobody out. A speedster at first in Miles Walton. This is what movies are made of here. Bottom of the 9th inning, packed house, 4th of July. Power trying to put a storybook ending on it. Bunting in Gonzalez again. He pops it up again down the right side. It's 0-2.
And you can see the Power trying to play small ball to manufacture this winning run. Unable to lay down the bunt is Mike Gonzalez, but now that he's going to swing it, is if he can put it in play. They have good speed on the bases in Miles Walton.
Again, the Power last walked it off in 2023. Last year, they came back down 4. They won it 6-5 in 9. But right here, they need to come back and walk it off here in the 9th. Mike Gonzalez with an 0-2 count, nobody out. Pitch is high and a great stab by Aycock to keep it in front of him. 1-2 is the count on Gonzalez. Gonzalez has reached 3 times, yet to record a hit. 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out on the first, but he's been hit, walked, and reached on an error. 1-2 count. Bickett set, working out of the stretch and fires. Gonzalez shoots that one a liner the other way. And Jonas Ballesteros had to duck out of the way. That almost took out his head.
Yeah, another great swing from a power hitter with 2 strikes. Gonzalez was late on that offering from Bickett, but got a good, solid piece of it. Hits it over to his fellow teammates over on that first base dugout, but he's starting to see it now.
1-2 count to Gonzalez. Again, Walton at first. Pitch is down low, and the count evens at 2. A perfect take by Gonzalez.
Yeah, and this is where he starts to immerse himself into the game. He's so good at working at bats, making the pitcher throw as many pitches as he needs to retire number 5 in red.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Brady Bickett swimming with sharks right now. Tie game in the 9th, and Gonzalez fouls it off again. A long at-bat for the Power shortstop. Kirkland on deck. Brian O'Neill in the hole. If they can keep it moving, Andrew Rivas will reach. Again, nobody out. It's a 3-3 game. All of the scoring was done in the 3rd against Trevor Eby. Since then, Power pitching has held it scoreless. 1 run in 3 innings for the Power. And Gonzalez shoots that the other way, riding down the line. And a diving catch by Braden Macklin.
Wow, wow, wow. Want to put an exclamation point out there in right field. Heck of a play down there from Macklin. Fully extended to his left. saving the game, as if that one's down. Power are winning this one, but what an effort out there in right field.
Quite possibly the most deserving El Paseo Jewelers web gem that has ever been given out in this building. A hit that was surely extra bases, could have fallen and scored Walton from first, but Macklin for now saves the game. We've got one out and Mark Kirkland stepping up. What a play by the A's outfielder. Running on the pitch, Walton throw down to second by Aycock, gets into center field. Going first to third is Miles Walton, and the winning run is 90 feet away. The throw from Aycock got under the glove of Martinez into center field, and Miles Walton goes first to third on a stolen base and an error.
Wow, great base running from Walton. We knew he was going to take off at some point. Does so to kick off Mark Kirkland's at bat, and errant throw puts him 90 feet away from winning this ball game for the Power.
What a fitting way that they could end it here. Mark Kirkland, who's been with the Power for 4 years now. He's trying to go pro after this season, has had an outstanding year so far. Two-time CPCL champion, could win it on 4th of July here. 1-1 count. He swung over a fastball low in the zone. Kirkland has had so many remarkable moments with the Power. Last season, only played about half the year due to an injury, but was their best hitter in the early half of that season. 1-1 pitch to Kirkland inside, and it hits him and moves the baton on to a pinch hitter, it looks like. That's number 6 for the Power.
That's Cohen Goes coming up to the plate with the game on the line, as Zach Novus is going to go talk to Brady Bickett on the mound. With one out and a runner on first, a double play can get you out of it, but that winning run is 90 feet away.
They've got Julio Sicarios, who has been warming up in the bullpen. He's fired a couple gems for the Rush lately, and Novus is comfortable and familiar with him. But right now, it looks like it is Brady Bickett's game. No sign of him taking the ball, of meeting with the entire infield. Runners on the corners. The only one that matters is Miles Walton, the fastest man on the team at third base. Cohen Goes, who has played between the Power and PSCL this season, trying to knock down some of his teammates for the Colonials, trying to win it for the Power in the 9th. Tie game 3-3, in a game that's had a little bit of everything.
It certainly has, and it's been evenly matched ever since the top of the third when the All-Stars got 3 runs. It's been the Power just slowly crawling back into this ball game, and they're almost across the finish line. Miles Walton's 90 feet away.
The redshirt freshman out of BYU from Miliani, Hawaii, has not had the season he's wanted at the plate, but can change it around here. One of the highest-ranked recruits out of Hawaii. He's got that winning run 90 feet away. Goes watches ball one inside, and that hits him to load the bases. Here comes Cato Kleinman. Apologies, it's Andrew Rivas coming up now. Bases loaded, the only run that matters, 90 feet away. Andrew Rivas has reached 3 times today. He's walked twice, he's singled once. Right here, but just about anything in play will score Miles Walton. The infield's playing in, outfield playing relatively shallow, left field playing a little deeper with Jack Schaefer. Andrew Rivas, the left-handed hitter at the plate. First pitch high, but called a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, and there's a force out at any base or plate for the PSCL All-Stars. Chopper in the infield, they're probably going to try to go home to gun down the winning run. It's going to be tough to turn 2 anywhere else.
It's a solid outfield that can do it, though. In right field, Braden Macklin has an absolute hose. Jeremiah Dandridge in center has a good arm as well. And that pitch runs inside to hit Andrew Rivas, it looks like.
John Kibble's telling him to stay right here. He's going to have to sell it a little bit more.
It looked like it hit Andrew Rivas. John Kibble says step back in the box. We're not going to end it like that. The crowd is shocked. The Power players are all on their feet. PSCL just trying to get a double play here and get out of this inning. Walton at third, Kirkland at second, Cohen Goes at first. Rivas shoots it the other way, foul. 1 out in the ninth. It's a tie game still. Brady Bickett, his heart has to be racing through his chest right now.
Yeah, this is where pressure makes diamonds. The late innings, bases loaded, tie ball game. This is where you really find out what kind of ball player you are.
Rivas at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here. 1-2 count. Bickett looking for a strikeout. Poked foul the other way again. An inside fastball, and he jammed him. Rivas stays alive.
That was a good swing from Rivas, even though he was late on it. Solid contact, ball in the air. Just needs to put one out into the outfield, but at least give Miles Walton a chance to race home.
Phones are out. The crowd is locked in right now. The entire Power bench is standing. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the corner. The PSCL are 1 out away.
Big spot for that strikeout, looking perfectly painted low and away from the left-handed hitter for the second out. Probably the biggest out of the game thus far.
Biggest out of the game, biggest out of the season for the PSCL in any game. And now it's Cato Kleinman. He's reached 3 times today. Kleinman, check swing. He held up, but it's a called strike. A perfect fastball by Brady Bickett. Power trying to go to extras here. They'll go to a tiebreaker rule. We'll explain that if we need it. Right now, the winning run, 90 feet away. 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Up the middle, that's going to get through for a hit. Cato Kleinman, the walk-off hero.
What a way to cap off Independence Day here in Palm Springs. A 1-run ball game finished off by a walk-off single up the middle from Cato Kleinman.
Cato Kleinman slaps a single up the middle, and one of the hottest hitters in the Power sends us home and gets the party started early. The Power are going crazy in right field. They've thrown water all over him, but more importantly, they win it 4-3 in an absolute thriller.
What a performance for the Power, but an even better performance arguably from the PSCL All-Stars. They showed the Power who they really are, that they came to play ball up 3-0 early in the ball game, hung in there all the way till the end with the Palm Springs Power. Hats off to those PSCL All-Stars down there.
The win is going to go to Isaac Quintero. The loss will go to Brady Bickett, but what a job. 1 through basically 40 on that PSCL roster. All the coaches meeting at the plate, shaking hands and hugging. Out there, it's Zach Novus, John Tessier, Jacob Castro, Casey Keller, Casey Dill, Sam DiMatteo, Reese Santos, shaking hands with their contemporaries. They have taken Cato Kleinman's shirt off, and this crowd is so divided here. The PSCL has nothing to be ashamed of. The Power riling up the crowd, playing the bad guy here. They win it 4-3 in extras in a game for the ages. For myself, for Zach Durham, for everyone here who made this possible, we thank you all so much for joining us here today. It's been an honor. On 4th of July, we say goodnight here from Palm Springs. Power win it 4-3.